also, Jimmy, just knowing that it's okay, we want to be the team to beat them. We know we can. We know we have an impressive record. We know we have an open goal. A Fire Ninja makes some hay and take the early 1-point lead.
Although, I guess a miscommunication, lack of communication, game was stunned out. Someone should have told him. Citizen shot on Saluda. Saluda gets a big stop there. St. Louis Hustle back in possession, still down by 1 as we approach the half. Still over 3 minutes to go, though, in the first half. Taco sending on across. What a play to Ryan! And that's what that man does. Gets it in for the 2. The St. Louis Hustler are going to go up by 1, 14-13. We're still 3 minutes into the Florida Laser Sharks zone. Good defensive boost there from Jay Walker, sending it right back through. A nice bounce there. Is that going to go in? Shut up. Are you kidding me?
Realistically, known for their passing and their defense. And there it is. Off a feet.
Into the bubble. That's looking to press. That is Loveridge and Co. So they will, in fact, find that extra pass as they do.
Beautiful bounce pass. Back to back where anyone tries to bounce off of that spot at mid there. Knows how Tachi can be mad. Oh, what a setup to Tony.
Welcome here to Nepa TV. Fun Friday action for you here in the Pro Series, and we're glad to have you to start off our weekend with a bang here. We've got some great games lined up here, 3 great pro games, and we're excited to be here. Of course, joining me on the casting booth will be one Queen Zyla there on the play-by-play, as well as Muted Monster on the back end with the production. But first, let's cover over some rules before we get into anything else. So there are 8-minute quarters here in Nepa with those 5-minute half times in between. We will see a 1-minute timeout per team per half if they opt to use it, and there is a 5th player allowed in that spawn area. However, they are not allowed to play. We play in a 4v4 format. Overtime is golden goal, and of course, no toxic or discriminatory behavior is allowed here at Nepa. And of course, it is my great pleasure to welcome Queen onto the casting booth with me. We are excited to have you here, and what a great way to start off our weekend then with some great games here on the Pro Series.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It is indeed a good way to start your weekend, Glean. I don't know about you, but I've definitely had a rough week, so I'm excited to be here because this means that I get to sit back, relax, and enjoy some Echo.
Yeah, nothing better than enjoying a number of great games. And with this first game coming up here between the Florida Laser Sharks and the Nashville Legends, we're looking at something that's going to be really interesting and hopefully a lineup that's going to be a lot of fun going on as we go later into the night, because we have these two teams facing off. And then we have ECKC or Echo Club Kansas City versus the Chicago Wizards as our second game. And of course, the St. Louis Samurai versus the Dallas Knights as our third game. And you don't want to miss that third game between the number 1 and number 2 seeds in the West currently, which could be fantastic. But first, we have to go over this one with the Florida Laser Sharks sitting at 4th right now in the East, and Nashville Legends sitting at 8th position in the standings.
Yeah, so over on the Florida Laser Sharks side of the arena, they are in orange. Currently in the arena, we've got Andy WA, Platypus, Venom, and Vacant still waiting on their 5th. Jay Walker has popped in here a few times. It seems like he is trying to fix his hardware. Glean, you want to talk about the blue end of the arena over there for the Nashville Legends?
Yeah, here on the Nashville Legends, we're looking at Aeronite, Kniferidge, Chuck Not Norris, or CK right now, Risen, and Kung, who has joined the arena. I saw Motherboard there, the leader here of the Nashville Legends and their owner, excited to see the full roster back together, and that's certainly a great thing, as they're looking to try and take a win here on the lower end of the standings, but certainly having some momentum going into kind of the end of the season is a good feeling and a good way to end out things. And with the Florida Laser Sharks on the opposing side, they're in pretty good standing right now with the Cyclones losing on Tuesday, sitting at that 7-4 record. But ideally, you want to take a win here if you are them, because that puts you a game up from those teams that are looking to try and make that wildcard slide. You're essentially almost guaranteeing a top 4 spot at the end of the season, at least with how the records are shaping up at the current moment. Of course, things can go either way in these last 3 weeks, but this would be a great way to try and solidify that 4th position, so that way you at least are playing into that wild card game and then into the actual finals themselves.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're still missing one here in the arena. Hopefully we can get them back soon. Do you have any predictions, Glean, as to how this is going to go, how the teams are going to navigate?
This being actually my first time casting on the pro scene, I could not necessarily tell you based on the eye test that I've seen at the current moment.
Hold on, Glean. This is your first pro series cast?
This is technically my first pro series cast. Yes, this it's been AAA for the majority of the rest of this, but so I do know Vacant. I do know the likes of Vacant and Risen in there, but yeah, this being my first pro series cast, I'm not quite familiar with the teams and how these teams play out. If I had to wager a guess based on records and standings and all of that, I would say that the Florida Laser Sharks are in good position to try and take this one, but the Legends in their previous game going up against the Cyclones actually had a 35-36 loss, which actually could have been or was really, really close. Meaning that, since the Cyclones and the Laser Sharks have a very similar record, we could see a very similar turnout here between the Legends and the Laser Sharks. Just how things go, we'll see if they're up to the standard.
Yeah, and another thing to take into account too is that Florida Laser Sharks have had a bit of a spotty roster for the past few weeks. They just haven't had all 4 in the arena, so definitely gonna take a second for them to click would be my best guess. And over on the side of Nashville Legends, they've had a lot of roster changes since starting at the get-go of season. So you're almost, you almost don't know what to expect when things like that happen, because there's so many factors you can't contribute for. Even when you're getting new players, of course, finding your chemistry. So this could be one of those weeks where Nashville Legends have started to click even more than they already have with their roster changes. So
yeah. And of course, that main roster coming back is a great thing here for the Legends. And like we stressed before, playoff implications on the line here. Should the Florida Laser Sharks drop this game to the Legends, they will be kind of in that wild card spot. And things may look a little bit dicey down the stretch for them if they continue to go on a little bit of a losing streak. Of course, the Florida Laser Sharks not going to let that happen by any means. They're going to fight back and make sure that they can take that win and take their rostered spot there inside of those playoffs. But things still very much in the air right now, and that's something exciting to see as we get down into the final 3 weeks.
Yeah, without a doubt. And like you said, definitely having a hard time there. They did not have, there was a game where they were out both Andy and Jay Walker. So they had 2 subs coming in, and I think that was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now. And then last week was out Jay Walker again. So definitely struggled there for a few weeks, not having that, just not having that flow. This is a roster. We see Florida Laser Sharks throughout this season. They haven't really used subs. They haven't really utilized the 5th man in the arena. That's not their team strategy. They work very, very well together as one sound unit. So to not have one of them in the arena definitely hurts.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're coming down into the later stages of this season where chemistry really means everything in a lot of instances. And, I see in the chat just for mentioning Jay Walker missed the past couple of weeks. And, while we have so many fantastic players here in the Pro Series, you don't want to be missing out on a player like Jay Walker. It is one of those, it almost feels like transcendent talents in the arena in a lot of instances, and really one of the core pieces of this team. And missing that, it has got to hurt the Laser Sharks. And should they be missing him here tonight, could definitely be a bit of trouble for them. Of course, we shall see.
I
And
did just
we'll see
get
where-
word. I think his ping is fixed. He just had to do something on his Meta account now with an update there. So he should be good and should be entering the arena shortly, fingers crossed. So, yeah.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we can tell you about some exciting things that are happening here in Nepa, and with the ads that we'll be running here tonight. If you take a look on your screen during those commercials, you will find that some of those commercials will have Nepa themed Easter eggs. Some are obvious and some are really hidden. Make sure to keep your eyes out for any of those that you may spot inside of those commercials, and everyone who can name those commercials when we release the sign up form and the Easter eggs contained within them will be entered to win a $250 gift basket plus $100 cash and more. You can enter to win by watching those commercials, watching the matches, and then finding those Easter eggs and submitting them when we open the form. Do not miss. And just like that, we'll be jumping directly into this game here with Jay Walker in the arena, a full roster here for the Florida Laser Sharks. Exciting stuff. Take us away here, Queen.
All right, well, first touch on the disc going to the Florida Laser Sharks, but first possession still up in the air. There are players in the area, and it is Venom who walks away with this one. Send a cross pass over to Vacant. Vacant active in the arena currently? So I guess we are having one of the rostered members of the Florida Laser Sharks in the tunnels currently. And I just got word from Muted Monster. It is Jay Walker, so something's still going on there, but Kung with the disc now looking for the cut, but just off the mark. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. It is slapped out by Venom. We've got a dropout in the arena. It was Jay Walker again here. Disc is still loose all the way inside of the Nashville Legends bubble, bouncing around near shoulder, and it is Chuck looking for the reset to the stack at goal, and that is a speedy stack indeed. Venom getting a great leech there, picked up by Kung, but the shot off the mark there. It was an attempted slap. Great effort. Andy looking for the clear out through the tunnel now, does get there successfully. Ooh, Knife Rich just missing the disc there. Almost got a hand on it. Andy W picks this one up, looks for a cross pass over to Venom. Venom looks for one more, but miscommunication again. Both teams still finding their footing here in the arena. A Platypus is able to recover this off of the attempted clear and does get the stack stunned out. Looks across the arena for Andy W on the near side. Andy W looking to slow this one down, and that is wise here. We are almost 2 minutes into the game, no score. Chuck applies the pressure there though, and Vacant on top of the goal post puts a quick one in for 2 points.
Nice little play there. They were looking to try and stretch at the floor, maybe even get a 3-point shot in. Andy actually couldn't necessarily find the three as Vacant stunned out the goalie, but still there to clean up on the top side, get the dunk, getting the first couple of points here to the Laser Sharks in a pretty good fashion.
In a pretty good fashion indeed, and I am not sure if Vacant did play in a pro match the other week. This is a very, very nice give and go play coming in here for the side of the Nashville Legends, doing a fantastic job getting that stack stunned out and broken up. The back stack now moving forward. This is dangerous here. Knife Rich looking for a long shot on the open goal. It does take an ugly bounce off of Geo. Andy W recovers this one. No way! No way! Chuck with the big pickpocket there, steals the disc from the goalie on the reset and is able to dunk that one in for 2 points of their own. It is now a tie game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of miscommunication or just not having the awareness that Chuck is right there to get that steal. Also tried to work the disc around Chuck, but just with sticky hands is able to get that grab. Gets the 2 points and a good response here on the defensive end.
A good response indeed, and it is now the Florida Laser Sharks with the disc. Venom looking up high for A-Plat. A-Plat looking for a bounce pass. Will it get there is the question. A little bit of a misread puts the disc in the hands of Knife Rich, who looks for a clear out through the bottom of the arena. It does bounce around. Kung is there to pick it up. Long shot of his own, but it does go quite wide there, and A-Plat with a nice leech is able to get Chuck stunned out. The disc receives, stacks in the area. A-Plat looking for a long shot of his own, but just off the post. No way. Unfortunate. That was a great save coming in from the Nashville Legends, but a little mishandling on the disc. Put the disc loose near the goal, and it floated in there for 2 points. But Points are points, and the Florida Laser Sharks are up by 2. And now is an opportunity for the Nashville Legends to respond. Glean, stop me from talking. Say something. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I think Kung was just really struggling to find an anchor. Ooh, that's a good pick, though, and a good stun here. More pressure applied here by the Laser Sharks.
And the attempted clear goes into the hands of Andy W, who looks up high for A plat on the ceiling, who puts it in for 2 points. I'm sorry, please pick up what you were saying there, because I apologize. I just kept rolling.
No, it's completely all right. I mean, A Platypus was just in a great spot from Andy, and just had that bounce shot in. Nice little look there. What I was talking about previously with Kung is, I think Kung was trying to find an anchor, could not get to it, so tried to fling the disc out of it, or out of the zone of possibly falling into the goal, but unfortunately just had a little bit too much momentum to it kept going, as now they have another shot. They can't seem to find it, but eventually Andy will get it all the way in after a number of attempts to give them the 8-2 lead.
A number of attempts indeed there. That was, I believe, the 3rd one, but someone obviously, like Dimwee likes to say, forgot to turn off the ding ring magnet in the settings when we were adjusting them here, or 3rd time's the charm. Either one. Both of them work. A nice give and go again coming from the Nashville Legends. They have perfected this rollout here, and it is so effective. Knife Rich is able to walk this one up the arena all the way, almost hitting Fringe of Bubble without any stacks in the area. One more cut to Chuck from Arrow Knight and into the goal for 2 points.
And they break the small trend that was going on with these kind of these rollouts that were not quite working. They have the give and go play, which breaks that mid stack, that mid defense that was looking to apply so much pressure beforehand. And once they get past that, the defense just cannot recover in time, meaning it's a nice little set up play here for the Legends, exactly what they needed to try and start making headway in this first round.
Absolutely. With the disc now is the Florida Laser Sharks. It was Venom looking for a reset to Andy W on the bow tie. Andy W looking up high for A plat. Underneath some pressure, sends a pass down low to Venom. Venom crossing the arena over to Vacant, who receives it off the wall and opts wisely for the back pass to Andy W on the station. Andy W now getting pressured a little bit there by Arrow Knight. Very pulled out of the play. They've got numbers here. Big ones. And that is 2 points. It is Venom putting those ones up on the board here.
Yeah, and the way they crunch that defense up, it's like balling up a piece of paper. You can see all the players compressed towards that goal, and even with Venom getting stunned out there towards the end of that, still able to get the shot off. Good concentration to even place that on the lower side beyond the hands of the goalie.
Absolutely. Well placed shot indeed. But we've got the Nashville Legends now looking to bait this stack here again. It's Chuck with the disc, opting for a back pass to Kung. Kung looking for a long heave. Gets it all the way down to Arrow Knight. Arrow Knight looking for a reset here in the tunnel to Chuck. Chuck quickly crossing over to Kung. Underneath some pressure there by a defender. Kung walking up towards Fringe of Bubble. Y'all don't let him do this. The attempted pass slightly off the mark, but Arrow Knight is able to recover this one and backs it out to Chuck on the wedge. Chuck now taking their time, moves down to the floor, looks for their options, hits Knife Rich on the side of the wall there just outside of Fringe of Bubble, and Knife Rich back over to Chuck. They are playing this so wisely. We've seen them do this so well before. It's Arrow Knight looking for the bounce pass to Knife Rich, and the shot off the... Ooh, was that Kung? I thought that was Knife Rich. I apologize, Kung. Kung off the backboard, getting 2 points on the board for the side of the Nashville Legends.
Yeah, a great passing play overall. Arrow couldn't finish the shot, but the bounce falls into Kung's hands, who just came out of hit stun. So a very easy, or at least an easy grab there for Kung, and then makes the difficult shot off the backboard. And steal is huge, but Andy W denies that one.
Yeah, Andy W doing work there to get in that lane, gets the pass back over to Venom. Venom to A plat. They've got big numbers, 3v2. Oh, but the shot denied by Kung, and that will, bring us to the end of this quarter. That was so close. We will be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
And welcome back. Hopefully you spotted a couple of Easter eggs in there. If they were in there, who knows? But welcome back here. We'll talk a little bit about how that first quarter went and how those teams did. And really, we've seen that kind of slow play here from the Nashville Legends, trying to look for a more passing-oriented scheme. Whereas on the opposing side, the Laser Sharks, true to their name, hunting down the disc at any given opportunity, really moving quickly through the arena to try and get a number of quick shots off. But when they want to and when they can, they will slow things down and have a good passing play of their own.
They will indeed. Both teams playing fantastic. We've got a 3-point game moving into this second quarter. Oh, a little bit of a steal there, but Florida Laser Sharks are able to walk away with this first possession. It is Andy W with it now, looking for A Plat, but the pass just off the mark. Venom's able to recover that off the wall, sends one over to Andy W on the cut above goal, who quickly puts it in for 2 points.
The presence of mind there and the communication. Venom just doesn't even really look at that pass, just flings it over. Andy in the right spot with good communication is able to finish that one off with the slap. A great show of chemistry there between those two players.
Absolutely, without a doubt, and they have been playing together in the Nepa Pro Series now for 2 series, so they've been together 1 and 2, definitely have had some time to build chemistry. Long shot from Arrow Knight, but denied by Andy W on the stack in towards goal. Ooh, the backliner for the side of the Nashville Legends, able to get a quick tap on the disc. Knife Rich looking down low for Arrow Knight. Arrow Knight back to Knife Rich. Ooh, a little self-goal off the cranium of A Platypus, but those are points for the Nashville Legends.
And a nice little give and go there inside the bubble. Even with multiple defenders back, they are still able to get that shot off. And although that one shot could have previously worked, they instead decided to give the extra pass, and a nice little show of unselfishness as Jaywalker does eventually join the arena here.
We do have the entrance of Jaywalker here. Will he be able to stay in the arena is the question, since he's had some issues. Yes, Glass Dash, he did have to make a new account, unfortunately, so he is now Jaywalker 01. But this is a turnover. The first one there is Jaywalker, who decides to put this back in the hands of the Florida Laser Sharks, looking for a long pass, but Kung getting in that lane and denying that one, clears it out towards the Laser Sharks bubble, but it is Andy W who picks this one up. Andy W to A Plat, a long shot of his own, but just off the post. Venom recovering this one, does get stunned out by Arrow Knight, who takes the disc, looks for a long clear all the way into the bubble. Both teams are in the area, and it is Chuck putting this one in the goal for 2 points.
Ooh, okay. We see a little bit of the speed here coming from the Legends. This has been something that they were lacking a little bit there in that first quarter. They weren't quite able to win a number of the 50-50s down the stretch when they were trying to clear and boost for that disc, if they were ever trying to go for it. But now we finally see them get a win on one of those 50-50s, and they're able to convert off of it, bringing it back within 2.
They are, and man, that was an aggressive rollout here for the side of the Nashville Legends defensively, but it works in their favor as Chuck is able to get in that lane for the attempted pass from Jaywalker, and this is a turnover here. A Platypus picking this one up, looking across the arena with a clear. Oh, but takes an ugly bounce. Andy W able to recover this one, sends a pass over to Jaywalker. Jaywalker moving up towards the mid of the arena, looks to get around Kung here, sends a back pass to Venom on the double diamond. Venom looking on the near side to Jaywalker. Jaywalker crossing up high to Andy W. Andy W looking for one more cut, but denied by Arrow Knight. Fantastic work there. Jaywalker with a quick slap to maintain the possession here over to Venom. Venom sending it to A Plat, but I don't know what that was. Maybe a little mishandling or looking for a quick slap. I'm not quite sure, but that's a turnover indeed, and it is an attempted push out bubble here. Oh, that was scary there. Goalie did jump out to try to get the defender. Oh, no way. This is Chuck who stuns out the Florida Laser Sharks, takes the disc, looking to duck around one defender. Oh, but denied. The attempted clear is good into the hands of Jaywalker. Jaywalker looking to get around Kung in the mid of the arena, does so successfully, looks for a long shot through the mail slot, but it is just off the mark here, able to be recovered by Jaywalker himself, but stunned out immediately. Now the disc is loose. Arrow Knight picks this one up, sends a pass over to Knife Rich. Knife Rich looking for the clear, and does get it over to Kung. Kung, long shot! 3 points over to the Nashville Legends, and they are now up by 1.
What disc distribution, my goodness, that was beautiful, even in the face of panic a little bit there. Chuck gets the slap over to the teammate here at the Pac-Man, gets it, they move it over to the bow tie. Knife, from good communication, knows to move around the bow tie because the stack's about to be on him. They find Kung in the tunnel for the long 3, all while stunning the stack in the backfield. What a nice series of events there from the Legends as they take the 1-point lead.
Oh no, and a scuffed rollout here for the Florida Laser Sharks, but Andy W able to turn this one back around quickly, but the attempted clear into the hands of the Nashville Legends. It's Chuck who sends it to Knife Rich over to Kung. Kung has numbers, and they push and get the 2 points on the board, now bringing them up by 3.
Yeah, here, and they're up by 3. It's interesting to see this resurgence here from the Legends. After being down about 4 points in that first quarter, they are now feeling much more comfortable with their game plan, and you can see it reflected in the way that they're playing. They're playing very aggressive. They're looking to try and get a lot of these steals, and that stack in the mid lane is being so disruptive.
Oh, and another interception. They are struggling to get this disc through mid. The defensive rollouts coming in from the Nashville Legends are getting them here, but Andy W is able to turn this one around off of an attempted long shot there. They've got stacks in the area. Oh, a Platypus is there with no goalie and able to put it in the goal for 2 points.
That was scary. Jay actually almost made that from about 3/4 arena, about half arena, somewhere around there. But a Platypus still with a good stack down the field is able to clean that one up, put it back in for the 2. And the first couple of points they've had in a little bit here. Good to break the ice in what was a bit of a scoring drought, but still need a couple of points in order to take back this lead.
They do, and that is a potential turnover. Will they get the disc? It is Jay Walker walking away with this one, but only able to get a quick slap out as they were underneath some pressure. So Arrow Knight is able to receive that off of the bounce, off wall, now loose in the Florida Laser Sharks zone, but the stacks were ready for the Sharks. And that is Andy W who picks this one up, sends it up to Venom. Venom crossing up high to A Plat, looking at an open goal, and that is 3 points to put them in the lead now, Glean.
Yeah, and another point that the Laser Sharks have really been missing as of late in this second quarter is really pushing their numbers advantage. That's where they were able to find a number of points in that first quarter is whenever they can catch the defense unawares on the Legends side. And they do eventually move it past them there with a number of good passes up the field quite quickly in order to be able to score that 3.
They do indeed, and this is that give and go play that we know is so effective for the Nashville Legends. Oh, but the interception is good there off the attempted clear, but possibly a turnover, and it is as Chuck walks away with that one after stunning the Florida Laser Sharks player, but the cut just off the mark. Knife Rich able to recover this one off the bounce, backs it out of the bubble, looking to possibly drive now, but underneath pressure from 2 defenders, and wisely opts for a back pass to Chuck on the bow tie. Chuck now getting pressured, looks up high for Kung. Oh, but a big stop from Jay Walker. The clear is off the mark, but Andy W is able to get there and sends it out through the mid-high of the arena, bouncing around now towards the bubble. It is picked up by A Plat in a 2v1, but does not get the shot in. Jay Walker able to recover this one, gets the ender off, but does get stuffed there before they're able to get the shot off. That is the end of our second quarter, and we will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
For those looking to claim this week's NFT, make sure you head on over to www.nepavrpro.com/NFT to fill out that claim form. You can fill out the claim form by using the secret password, which is right there on your screen, STACK. The deadline to submit the claim form is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, August 28th. You have 2 days, actually a little bit less than 2 days since it's 8:30 right now, Eastern Time. So sorry, just over. I can't do math, apparently. And that's the one thing I'm supposed to be good at. But make sure you go claim that as soon as possible, so that way you do not miss out. And of course, we're coming here into halftime, presented by Big St. Charles Motorsports. And we've had a really back and forth game, and something that you wouldn't necessarily expect based on the records of both of these teams. But the Legends have looked great there on the defensive end, and being able to then convert that on the latter half, it's felt like they really came into their own in that second quarter.
Yeah, I can't agree more. They've found things that work, and they are understanding that. And the best part is that they're not, especially that give and go rollout that they've perfected, where they break that aggressive forward stack. They've got that down to a T, and they're not running it every time. And that allows their opponent to not have that read as easily. So that way they can have that play be effective to get those points on the board. And them figuring themselves out is what has kept them in these games here. I mean, this is a close game, Glean, and this is not an easy team to come up against.
Certainly not. We will remember that Jay Walker has been out for the majority of this game and actually just dropped out yet again. So continuing to have those technical issues, but still the Legends have held their own against what is currently the number 4 team in that that Eastern Conference. I mean, if you're talking about the Legends game plan at the current moment, they always want to play it slow on that offensive end because they know that their passing schemes are really strong. And as you mentioned, that aggressive defense has been kind of the staple of their rollouts there whenever they do not have that just advantage. And continuing to do that should be their MO, should be something that they try and pursue as they come into the second half. And if you're the Laser Sharks, you cannot let this defense from those Nashville Legends set up, because they've looked so good inside of that bubble as of late. It's Kung in that goal, getting that one fantastic save that we know Muted Monster is so proud of, as well as just continuing to be disruptive inside of that bubble. We saw a couple of steals, a couple of interceptions there from fellow teammates such as Chuck Nut Norris and Arrow Knight right there.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more literally with everything you've said. I am very curious though, Glean. I'm like staring here at my screen, waiting to see if we have Jay Walker re-enter the arena. Oh,
we do.
As I say that, oh my goodness, Jay Walker, are you listening? But as I say that, Jay Walker is back here in the arena now. So definitely, hopefully, fingers crossed, going to see Florida Laser Sharks walk in again with their full roster here. I can't imagine, Glean, not having your full roster for a few weeks and then finally anticipating having a full roster and not getting to roll out in the game with that. I can only imagine that kind of puts you off your footing a little bit.
Yeah, I would imagine it certainly does. And it's got to be certainly frustrating, at least for Jay Walker, if not for the entirety of the team. But much to their credit, it has not affected their mental. It appears, at least, because they've been able to continue to play strong. They continue to play as a unit. Vacant coming in here, you love to see what Vacant's contributed as a sub here. The 2 points along with that 1 assist, and still just being a core part of the team, able to really impact the arena, even though it doesn't show up necessarily on the stats line. It's still able to put in a lot of work, and you're still running your offense pretty effectively here through a Platypus, through Andy, and through Venom, who are Venom and Andy looking to try and set up their teammates there. With 2 and 3 assists, and A Platypus on the receiving end with the 7 points, tied for most between himself and Kung here on the side of the Legends, also with 7 points, really making an impact there on the offensive end. And Arrow Knight with 4 assists, of course, we'll shout out as a great facilitator there for the Legends. As we do get a timeout, I imagine to try and get Jay Walker back into the arena, because he did drop yet again. So bear with us for a moment as we talk for a little bit longer just about these teams.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that and thought maybe we would have a timeout, and we indeed did there for the side of the Florida Laser Sharks, possibly looking to get Jay Walker back in the arena or give him some time to make his way back in. But Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Muted, can you tell if it's ping spiking that we keep getting these resets and dropouts?
Okay, so ping spiking essentially is what we're hearing here on the production end of things. Unfortunately, there's technical issues. One of the rules here at Nepa is you cannot be over a certain ping number, and Jaywalker has consistently broken that in a number of instances where so he cannot technically play in the arena. As we are coming out of that unpaused, Jaywalker has rejoined. We'll have to see if his ping does hold up overall as we go through the second half, and hopefully it does here for the Laser Sharks. But Legends will certainly be happy if it continues to spike as they can continue to play their game.
Jucifer in chat asking if there is any intermission rock, paper, scissors. I did not see any, sir. We had a wild A platypus floating around trying to shoot the disc. Oh no! Nashville Legends overshooting the disc on that initial joust. Venom is able to pick that one up off of a lonesome boost out of the tunnels there, but a quick turnover for the side of the Nashville Legends, and the disc is all the way into the Florida Laser Sharks bubble. It's Venom who walks away with this one, looking for a bounce clear over to Andy. Andy now sends it to A-Plat in the tunnel. A-Plat looking for a long heave into the bubble is in the area. Will they be able to recover it, though, is the question. And it is Andy W who picks that one up and puts it in the goal for 2 points.
It's such a fast release. You would almost think that was a slap there from Andy. Instead, just a full-on shot, and had to make sure to take that as soon as possible as the defense got back. And of course, we've seen before, you cannot let these Nashville Legends get set up on defense. You cannot let their goalie have possession inside of that goal, because it'll be a hard stop in a lot of instances.
It will be indeed. We have seen some great defense tonight out of the side of the Nashville Legends for sure. Ooh, a little bit of a scuffle here for the disc, but it was the Florida Laser Sharks able to get a hand on it. A Platypus receiving the clear off of a few bounces, but does get stunned out, and this is a turnover and a long shot just off the mark, recovered now by A Plat for the side of the Florida Laser Sharks and cleared out through the tunnel. There's players from both teams in the area, but this one is in the hands of the Nashville Legends. It is Chuck himself looking for a cross pass. I believe the stack from the Nashville Legends able to get there momentarily, but gets stunned out by the Florida Laser Sharks, and it's Jaywalker who sends this one up. Jaywalker looking for a long three of his own, but just off the mark, recovered on the back line by Venom, sent up across the floor to Jaywalker. Jaywalker just pushing fringe of bubble over to Andy W, but denied by Kung. The attempted clear back into the hands of Venom. Venom looking down low to A Plat. One more shot, but denied by Knife Rich, and this defense is on fire. They've got a few out of the play here. Will they push now? They do not. They opt to back this one out slowly, and that is a turnover. A battle that Jaywalker was not ready for, and Kung walks away with that one, clears it out all the way into the bubble. They've got players in the area. It is Knife Rich who picks this one up and puts it in the goal for 2 points.
Man, oh man, it's if you're the Laser Sharks here, you can't let that defense set up. I keep saying, I'm a broken record. I keep saying it. But you cannot let these goalies have the opportunity or the space to be able to get those saves off. You have to send someone towards the goal to try and get those stuns out, because they just have the hands to be able to deny those shots on pretty much any angle, any amount of distance away.
They do, and you want to know what is that? A big interception there from Chuck, but the shot off the mark. This is going to be in the hands of Kung, who looks for a long shot of his own just off the post. Recovered now by Jaywalker, who looks for a cross clear over through the arena. Both teams are in the area. It's Kung who picks this one up in the end, but the quick slap ends up in the hands of Venom. Venom up to Jaywalker. Jaywalker looking for a pass, but receives it himself. Just a very calculated, complicated self-pass. Jaywalker putting 2 points up on the board now for the side of the Florida Laser Sharks.
Calculated and complicated, and a little bit of extra flair thrown in there with the duck and the ender as well. So a little bit of showmanship gets them the 2 points, and well done there by Jay. They did have the numbers in the end as well, so we're able to put a ton of pressure onto that goalie as the Legends are looking for their rollout here.
The Legends are looking for their rollout. Oh, and a quick decision there to go after a dribble play. Very well done, but a headbutt from the Florida Laser Sharks causes a disruption and enough to cause a turnover here as Jaywalker picks this one up. sends it across the way into the tunnel. Andy W has a leech, tries to get them off, but is unable to do so. So this is a turnover as the Nashville Legends clear this one out, pick it up with a stack, but the long shot off the mark. A quick clear coming in from the Florida Laser Sharks. Takes a wonky bounce there, still in the area. Kung down low to Knife Rich, looking at some oh no, able to be recovered. That was nerve-wracking, you guys. A little bit disoriented here for the side of the Florida Laser Sharks, but after a few attempts, they're able to get a clear out, but they give it right over to the backliner for the Nashville Legends. It's Arrow Knight with it now on the floor in the trench. Underneath some pressure there from Venom. Venom looking to return home, and Arrow Knight sends a cross pass to Kung. Kung underneath some pressure, looking up high for their teammate, but the pass is slow. So it is easily intercepted there now, and still struggling to maintain possession, but Nashville Legends now with it. It is Kung backing this one out to Chuck, and Chuck opting for an all the way reset to Arrow Knight. Arrow Knight now on the cloud, getting some pressure, looks for a pass down low to Knife Rich. Knife Rich looking at the wall where Chuck is. Chuck looking for one last cut. Ooh, but a big stun there from the Florida Laser Sharks. Fantastic defense. It is A-Plat looking to send this one out after a bounce, but Kung is in that lane and gets this one picked up for the side of the Nashville Legends, cleared out now with a player in the area. It's Knife Rich, but Knife Rich underneath some pressure there does get stunned out. Florida Laser Sharks looking for a clear. Oh, but intercepted again by the Nashville Legends. They are doing a fantastic job maintaining this possession. A quick stop from A-Plat into the hands of Jay Walker. Jay Walker looking for a long clear. It's all the way down into the bubble. They've got stacks in the area and numbers, and A-Plat puts 2 points on the board there.
I was going to say, what a rally by both teams, just going back and forth, but it was such stifling offensive pressure here from those Legends as they continue to get the rebounds, continue to collect those clears that weren't quite going through, and we're trying to convert them, but stalwart defense from the Laser Sharks means that they keep the disc out of that goal. They continue to put on pressure, and once they get that one stack away cleanly with that one clear, they find the goal, and that three will not be in on the opposing side.
It will not be, but very different approach from the Florida Laser Sharks that rollout. They went with a man coverage as opposed to their typical aggressive forward stack. And yeah, just a little bit something different there, looking to see if it worked. If that shot was in, it would not worked in their favor as no one was home as Knife Rich looked to send that one in, but it is now the Laser Sharks with it on the Nashville Legends side of the arena. Venom sending this one across the arena to A-Plat. A-Plat on the boot looks to send this one to Andy W, looking for one more cut, but stunned out in the process. Andy W looking for a good leech, but does get stunned out there. Disc is still loose, took an ugly bounce. Arrow Knight is the one to recover it and send it out through the tunnel all the way into the Florida Laser Shark zone. Jaywalker is in the area, but we've got stacks flying in for the side of the Nashville Legends. Jaywalker does get stunned out. Ooh, Arrow Knight receives the cut from Kung and puts 2 points on the board for the side of the Nashville Legends.
Yeah, after being a primary facilitator for the majority of this match, finally he's able to get the first couple of points for himself on the board. A great find there from Kung as well, and back within 4. And this has been a fairly low-scoring second quarter. Those have been the only 2 points the Legends have scored, but maybe some more here as we wind down the clock.
And indeed, that is a turnover there. They disrupt that rollout for the side of the Florida Laser Sharks. It's Arrow Knight once more to Knife Rich, who puts it in the goal for 2 points.
Yeah, nice little hesitation there from Knife, just stalling in that position, gets the pass, and even though the goalie dives out, it's just not soon enough. Knife able to get off the shot, put it in, brings them back within 2 as we jump into this fourth quarter after a word from our sponsors.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. He is looking to destroy high prices. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Kawasaki. One man strapped to a 2021 Terex KRX 1000. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
And welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that short little break there. And we have a 2-point game on our hands here coming into the fourth quarter. You saw that the Legends had gone scoreless for the majority of that quarter, but managed to have a rally of two back-to-back goals. Yeah, technically it's two back-to-back goals to get those 4 points on the board to give them back within 2. And it felt like the majority of that match was dominated by the Laser Sharks just in terms of the scoring, but a lot of the possession time much in the favor of the Legends. So a really interesting dynamic going on right now, and the Legends shying a little bit away from their initial scheme of getting a lot of those passes off into a good shot, now opting for a bit more speed as we see things speed up here into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got 8 minutes on the clock in this last quarter. First touch and possession going to the side of the Florida Laser Sharks, and it's Jay Walker who looks to send a pass down low to A-Plat. A-Plat crossing up high to Andy W. Andy W. looking down low for Venom, who puts it in the goal for 2 points. And Glean, that right there is the type of play we know and love from the Florida Laser Sharks. I feel like they're starting to find their footing here as they're finally all in the arena together.
Yeah, they spun Kung right around like a record. I mean, it was so tough because the passes were so close to his hands. He wanted to jump and try and get those interceptions. You can see in kind of the way he played that possession, but just could not get the hands on it. They dragged him up and down, left and right, and still were able to get it off. And now that shot, could not find its way in, but they'll still get a recovery here.
They will indeed. Jay Walker looking for a reset behind the back. No look reset at that to Andy W. Gets it off well. A-Plat now with it, looking for the cut to Jay Walker, but denied. And Kung is able to pick this one up and send it out through the tunnel all the way down towards the bubble. Bouncing around now, players in the area. The stacks from the Florida Laser Sharks overshoot it momentarily, but Venom walking away with this one sends a reset to A-Plat. A-Plat looking across over to Andy W. Andy W. looking for a long shot, possibly, but Kung is back there, sneaks out from behind a Geo and gets in that lane for the side of the Nashville Legends, and that is huge to stop momentum here. Over to Chuck. Chuck, long shot, but just high. Jay Walker able to recover this one now, but is underneath some pressure, looking to get around that defender. Finds the lane out through a bounce. Oh, no way. That was wild. Jay Walker, the shot just off the mark, though, from Andy W., and this puts the disc back in the hands of the Nashville Legends. It's Kung looking to bait some stacks there, but they're able to get a quick pass off over to Chuck. Now Chuck in the trap area. We've got some players getting a leech. They are ready to set up in the bubble here and get some points on the board. It is Knife Rich down low, looking across over to Kung, who puts it in the goal for 2 points.
Yeah, they just work the disc up. They find the shot that they're looking for from Kung. And I mean, in the context of the Nepa format, this is an extremely low scoring game. And you can see why is because both these teams are vying for control at almost every point in this match. Just no team given an inch or the space to really set up, get effective plays off, and will continue to be so, I imagine, as we close out this game.
I believe you are right here. Jay Walker looking for a reset as they're underneath some pressure there from the Nashville Legends stack, now in the hands of Venom. Venom looking to back this one out again to Andy. Andy in the top mid of the arena now, looking to slow this play down, sends pass up to Jay Walker. Jay Walker looking across the arena, but does not meet its intended target and slapped out quickly by Arrow Knight. But the stacks from the Laser Sharks, my Lanta, they were speedy and ready. The clear to no one, and the disc is still loose. Picked up now by Kung. Kung looking across. Oh no, what an unfortunate bounce off post, but a great opportunity here. And Venom puts that one in for 2 points.
Yeah, I thought as Kung got rid of that, I thought it was going to go into the goal, and I gasped, and then I saw it go past, sigh of relief, and then, oh no, the bounce off the post instead. It's killer, especially down the stretches. We have about 4 minutes, 20 seconds as we come out of the tunnels, but that is a couple of points that you certainly don't want to give up. It's now back to a 2-goal lead for the Florida Laser Sharks, and this is a team shown by their record that knows how to close out games, that really knows how to take control in the latter stages, and the Legends have to find a way around this.
They do, but they've got an opportunity now. Arrow Knight underneath. Oh, no pressure for quite some time. Sends a pass over to Knife Rich. Knife Rich juking around to get around a defender. Sends a pass to Chuck. Chuck on the post, slowing this one down. Almost baits 2 defenders and leaves Kung open on the clock to sink a quick 2 for the side of the Nashville Legends.
And I love to see the Legends come back to the tried and true style from the very beginning. They bring back the slower play, and although it's predominantly set up right outside the bubble, they still find the pass to Kung as all the defenders are clamped towards that goal, and they find Kung on the backboard for the slap, and no reaction time for the goalie almost whatsoever. So a great look there, and they continue to play aggressive defensively.
They do indeed, and it's A-Plat now with the disc, sending this one back to Andy W. Andy W to Venom, Venom to Jaywalker. Jaywalker does not like what they see. They were very covered, but still underneath some pressure, looking to get this one off. Ooh, this is risky business here. The pass just off the mark, but A-Plat able to recover it, sends it to Andy W looking for the shot, but stopped by Knife Rich, and they needed that, but the stacks from the Florida Laser Sharks were ready. A-Plat looking for a pass to their teammate, but a little miscommunication. Disc is still loose in the bubble, and it's a quick slap from the side of the Nashville Legends that sticks this one up in the high trap area. A little brawl for the disc, and a quick slap out puts the disc in the Florida Laser Sharks zone, still struggling for possession here. And it is, still up in the air. Kung looking for a quick slap. Wow. Still anyone's game. Chuck able to get a quick slap over to Arrow Knight, and they are now ready to push Fringe a bubble here, but opting to back this one out and play that slow play, Glean, that we know they succeed at and find points. And here it is. Kung looking for one more cut, but a big read there by a Platypus. The clear just off the mark, hits the wall, but Andy W gets it recovered momentarily. Now in the hands of Kung, looking at a 3v1, and they get the points. It's Knife Rich receiving the cut from Kung, puts that one in.
And how scrappy is it down the stretch? Stuns coming out, no clean passes, no clean clears, no space given. Continually trying to press the opponent has been the name of the game, and we can see it here again as the Legends finally get some semblance of control, and they're able to convert off of it back to a tie game.
Back to a tie game indeed, with only 1:30 left on the clock, and possibly a turnover as a scuffed rollout comes in for the side of the Florida Laser Sharks. Stacks are in the area. The slap out is good, but not enough to maintain possession. Knife Rich picks this one up and sends a pass up high to Chuck. Chuck looking to cross down low over to Arrow Knight, who draws out the goalie and puts 2 points on the board.
And again, we've seen time and time again, the Legends have been able to get off these shots. Arrow Knight in particular has been able to get shots off while under pressure, while the goalie dives out, still able to convert. 2-point game, less than a minute left on the clock.
Less than a minute left indeed, and the Laser Sharks cannot afford to scuff another rollout here. It is Jaywalker with the disc now, looking to bait this stack. They do not have time in their favor here. Glean sends a pass up to Venom. Venom quickly over to A-Plat. A-Plat, mishandling the disc there, but is able to get a slap back to Jaywalker. Jaywalker looking to move this one forward, still taking their time. I am very impressed by this here. The patient play, the defense just starting to get drawn out here now. I mean, 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't know. I might have a heart attack here, Glean. Oh, no way! No way! A Platypus off the backboard, so calculated, and that works in their favor. It is a tie game, and we are going to see overtime here tonight in the first game of the night.
What a smart play there from the Laser Sharks. They take the time off the clock. They're looking for the golden goal. They're trying to set up the overtime, so they buy as much time as they can. They find the one pass that they want on the lower ends to a Platypus. The bounce out the backboard, we've seen that a couple of times from a Platypus, and steps up huge in this game. Overtime, let's go.
Overtime, 2 minutes on the clock, and we are just about to head out the tubes here. First touch on the disc in favor of the Nashville Legends for the first time this entire game, but first possession over to the side of the Florida Laser Sharks. Many interruptions. No way. A-Plat finishes this one with a long 3. What a ridiculously well-played game from both ends of the arena, but this one going over to the side of the Florida Laser Sharks.
Man, oh man, how clutch is this A Platypus guy? I mean, the bounce shot under pressure late to get them to the overtime, and then ice in the veins to take that last one. The open 3 long shot. It's been tough for those Florida Laser Sharks. They've been struggling to find those three. A Platypus has been the only one to be able to hit any of them, standing out with 2 threes in this game. And who better than A Platypus to be able to take that last shot there to give them that 3-point lead in overtime?
Without a doubt, and I just have to say how well the Nashville Legends played tonight. I mean, oh, someone sent us to lobby. That's unfortunate. Y'all, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's all right.
All right. That's good. But definitely well played on both ends of the arena, and I am so excited to see the Nashville Legends finding their footing here towards the end of this series 2 here. Phenomenal job to Florida Laser Sharks finding their footing after a little bit. Definitely tough with all the dropouts, Glean. I mean, Jay Walker is a huge part of that main roster. All of them are. All 4 of them play incredibly well together. But to have a consistent dropout and then Jay Walker not playing for the entire first quarter, they did fantastic finding their footing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Those continual dropouts from Jay were a bit unfortunate, but able to still rally. You had Bacon sub in and play a major role for the majority of that first half. Able to really contribute to the team with the stacking and continuing to pass and be a part of that team. We also saw the initial score there in the beginning as well, so contributing even on the scoreboard there. But on the side of the Legends as well, they had a fantastic game. We saw great executed passing plays. We saw the adaptations where they were under that bit of pressure in the beginning. They decided to go for that back pass back to the QB and then move the disc forward and really made those changes that they needed to. And it does hurt a little bit here for the Legends to let another close game slip away. They were so close last week, and another one just slipping away here in overtime. But that's great signs here if you are that roster. You're stepping up to these top tier teams, those teams that are within that top 4, within that top 5 of the standings here in the Eastern Conference, and are continuing to push that envelope.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that was an exciting first game, and what a way to start the night. But Glean, who is your pick? I'm going to make you go first because this is hard. Who is your pick for the player of the match, brought to you by Holtzauer Auto and Motorsports?
I will absolutely give a shout out here to Kung. Just a phenomenal job there overall. You could see there in the numbers, purely by numbers, just an incredible stat line across the board. Really contributed and had highlights in a number of areas. But for me, it's got to be A Platypus. I mean, down the stretch to come up huge like that, you're not only the points leader for your team, really on that offensive end, you're still contributing on the defensive end here with a couple of moves such as that one save there and a lot of stuns for the team. And for me, really, it was down the stretch, the clutch genes, the ice in the veins to be able to seal up this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hard one for me personally. Kung, I have to say, too, defense from the Nashville Legends, holy wow. Like, y'all figured that out. But... right? I mean, that was a wall of defense. This one is hard for me. Yeah, go ahead and do it. You know what's happening. I want to give it to A-Plat. I truly do, because the 14 points, the clutch goals at the end. I can get your point, and I want to give into that. However, I'm stuck between him and Venom. I mean, A-Plat,
really?
No assists, no steals. Technically, Venom has 4 assists, 6 points. So if we're accounting for the assists to contribute to at a minimum of 2 points per goal, he's actually contributed to exactly 14 points with a steal, with a save. 43 stuns, because Juicefer's in the chat, and I know Juicefer loves talking about the stuns. So, yeah, I'm struggling. I feel like I have to give this one over to Venom personally, just for the bingo on the stat line here, and having those assists, playing as a team player, still getting points on the board, equating to or assisting in somehow at least 14. That Green Pigeon, I'm sorry, you can take your vote in the chat, sir, but sorry about you.
Well, and you know what that means? We leave it up to the fans. We leave it up to you, Twitch chat. get those votes in as we release this one out. Oh, it looks like nope, he is making it work. Muted almost didn't get the release out there, but you guys can vote for the player of the night. We will be transitioning to our next game here in just a moment. We may see the results before that. Muted, is that true? Will we see the results before we end this? Before we go? Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about the numbers and maybe just take a little bit look here. Actually, you can set up for the next game as well, as we're looking at the Echo City or Echo Club Kansas City versus Chicago Wizards here in the next game, with major Western playoff implications, as I understand. Just looking at the numbers here on the stat lines and the score lines and the records, as we see the number 4 seed in the West, ECKC, take on the number 5 seed in the West, the Chicago Wizards.
Yeah, and we should be nearing the end of the vote here. Thank you, Motherboard.
Okay,
All
so
right, A Plat, congratulations. You are our player of the match, brought to you by Holtz, our Auto and Motorsports, and a big congratulations over to the Florida Laser Sharks. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with your second match of the night.
Seconds. This one is loose in the Destroyer zone. Collected by Saluda. Stunned out. Picked up by Game. Stunned out. Zenith with it.
This is it. Try to clear it.
Clear it out. 20 seconds. Game gets it back here. Game turning it around. Sends this one in off of the floor. Gets it to Rosie Hope. Rosie has Zenith pressuring. 13 seconds. Sending this one in. Stunned out. No. What a shield there from Acorn.
Oh, no.
That gets the finish. That's the victory. What's the clock? What's the clock?
That's it. That's it.
In the last second, the Orlando Cyclones come back 33 to 32. Are you kidding me?
What?
I've got nothing. You know, forget finals. What was that? What was that? No, not anymore. No.
Look at
no. Put me on camera. Put me on
that.
camera. That was unbelievable. I cannot believe what just happened. I cannot believe what just happened.
On that read.
And welcome back here. We got an intense game for this second one as we see that number 4 seed there in the Western Conference, the Echo Club Kansas City, sitting at 6-5 versus the Chicago Wizards, number 5 in the Western seeding right now at 5-6. I will again be your caster Glean and Queen Zyla there on the play-by-play. Just below me here, as you can see on stream, and Muted Monster there on the back end of things in the production, doing so many great things for us. And this has major implications as we come down the stretch here, because just how the standings have turned out so far right now. The Wizards absolutely need a win here tonight to maintain their wild card spot potential, as if they were to take that win, they would tie the Echo Club Kansas City for 4th, meaning that LA Destroyers would need to win their game in order to try and see if they could try and contest for a wild card spot. I don't know why that was so hard to say. For a wild card spot, or for that 4th seed as we come down to the final couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, exciting game, and honestly, I feel like the way we've been set up tonight, I'm ready for a whole night like that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, the previous game was fantastic. You know, the Nashville Legends taking that to overtime with the Florida Laser Sharks. I could not be any more excited. And of course, it should the Echo Club Kansas City win here, they can solidify a 1-game lead over the current wildcard competitors in the Chicago Wizards and the LA Destroyers. So it is an important game for both of these teams to try and win, as it could mean the difference between getting in and staying out of playoffs, or at least getting into that wild card match to then be that 4th seed at the end of the day. And right now the Destroyers are ahead in a head-to-head matchup against those Chicago Wizards. So even more important for the Wizards to continue to push their wins wherever they can get them. As we now take a look at the rosters here, we will see Oculusator, Snipe, Sweet Tooth, and Baron here for the Echo Club Kansas City. A full roster, just as you would want in a close game like this with some close standings. And on the opposing side for the Chicago Wizards, we will see Swag War, Tony, Loguipo, Matt, and Pip UI. Pip and Tony coming up from that AAA scene to then join their sister team here, the Chicago Wizards.
Yeah, and I mean, we had a dropout? 2 dropouts?
Yes. No,
okay.
just Baron. Baron was the only one that's currently dropped out. We're trying to work on getting them back in. There's been some technical issues, so thank you for bearing with us here tonight, as we've had some struggles throughout the night so far, but hopefully things get booted back up here.
Hopefully, indeed. But I believe that they're about to be able to ready up once they've got their players back in the arena. Glean, do you have any predictions at all as to what we may see here?
So I will say, Echo Club Kansas City did win the previous matchup between these two teams. Now, that was way back at the start of the season, where things were maybe a little bit more shaky. Teams were still trying to get adjusted to one another, and there have been a number of changes since then on this Echo Club Kansas City roster, and even some on the side of the Chicago Wizards. So it will be rather interesting to see how things shake up. I could not use that first game as a precedent or an idea of how things will go here, but if I had to maybe wager a guess, I would say the Echo Club Kansas City, purely for having their full roster here and ready to go tonight. But of course, when you take a look at how the previous game played out, anything can happen, and that's what we love about Echo Arena and Nepa.
It is indeed. We've got 1 ready up in the arena. We are still missing a 5th player. But okay, it looks like we're gonna start up without having 5 in the arena. They have their full roster, so if anyone drops out, unfortunately they'll have to play 3v4, but worse things have happened. So we are going yeah, absolutely.
Use that timeout. There is that too.
They can indeed, and we are going into the first touch here of the night. And it goes in favor of the Chicago Wizards. First possession also to the Chicago Wizards, sends a pass over to Mad, who puts that one quickly in the goal for 2 points.
Such a fast start, and you can see that was a premeditated play as well, getting the slap down from Swagwar to Mad to immediately take that shot. Something that we sometimes don't see here in Nepa and in Echo Arena overall. It seems like the headbutt meta has been very strong on those initial jousts, but that one being a very well aligned play between the players.
Absolutely. We've got some nice passing coming in for the side of ECKC, and it is Baron who walks away with that one after a few bounces. Baron over to Oculusator, who quickly puts 2 points on the board themselves for the side of ECKC, and that is now tied up.
And a little bit of juking and such placement from Oculusator gets them those couple of points. Even if the goalie reached out that little bit further, I don't think they could have gotten the hands on it because that was so close to the post in securing that shot.
And it is now Swagwar looking across the arena to Lil Guipo. Lil Guipo underneath some pressure, but is able to get around 2 defenders, sends it back pass to Mad. Mad looking down low for Swagwar. Swagwar crossing up high to Pip. Pip looking for the goal, but just off the post. And Snipe is able to get this one picked up, but decides to hand it right back over to Mad. Mad on the back line sends it down low to Swagwar. Swagwar is underneath some pressure, so backs it out of the bubble and all the way resets it to Mad. Does take some ugly bounces there. Stacks are coming in for the side of Kansas City now. Kansas City looking for a long shot, but it is off the mark, recovered by Baron. Baron getting stunned out. Snipe able to pick this one up. Snipe shot just off the mark, but Oculusator recovers this one, sends it over to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth looking for Baron. Baron one more time to Snipe and into the goal for 2 points, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, a couple of beautiful bubble plays coming out from the ECK. So you can see the way that they distribute this disc is so nice, and what we expect here from a full roster that has played together for a number of weeks now. And we did see a substitute come in by the name of Steez, but then leaving. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but we do know that there's a rollout here for the Chicago Wizards.
We do indeed, and it's Swagwar with it now. Swagwar looking up high for Mad at the reset point. Mad, just walking this one in, pushing Fringe a bubble. Passes down low to Swagwar. Swagwar one more to Lil Guipo for that quick shot from under goal, and that is 2 points to tie this one back up.
And it's so hard for both of these defenses to keep up because they are setting up pretty well to try and deny these shots and deny these opportunities, but just the immaculate passing, the cuts, the movement, and the spacing for both these teams are just on point right now, even coming directly out of the gates.
Absolutely, and this is Sweet Tooth underneath some pressure, looks to back this one all the way out, but the attempted pass towards the valley to Oculusator just off the mark, but they're able to recover this one and maintain the possession. Very impressive here and great placement, but the attempted clear into the hands of Lil Guipo, who works his way into that lane to turn this one around for the side of the Chicago Wizards. The clear ends up in the hands of Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth, looking for a long shot, but there was a goalie there, a bit ambitious. It is Mad picking this one up and sends it over to Lil Guipo, who tries to bring it through the shield. That's new, don't worry, guys. But is not able to do so. Oh, no way. The attempted dunk off the mark. Snipe recovers this one, looks for one more pass. But again, the shot off the ring here. Sweet Tooth able to get a quick hand on it, but will it be enough to maintain the possession? It won't be. Lil Guipo is the one who walks away after a little bit of a battle for the disc here, but the clear is into the hands of Sweet Tooth with a fantastic read. Lil Guipo and Sweet Tooth are just playing a little pass here. It's a game that they play sometimes. Big steal there from Pip. But another steal from Oculusator turns this one around in favor of Echo Club Kansas City. The attempted long shot just off the nest, players in the area from both sides. The slap out from Chicago Wizards is good, but Echo Club Kansas City able to scoop that one up. It's Oculusator looking to push Fringe a bubble. Opts for the quick cut to Snipe, who brings it into the goal for 2 points. This time, slowly dunks it in. That is guaranteed points.
Yeah, and they get the stun on the goalie as well to ensure those points. I'll be completely honest, on the previous dunk attempts that they had, on the possession where Sweet Tooth was trying to bring it in, I'm not entirely sure what happened. I think I saw the disc go through the goal for some reason. It was a really weird interaction, and I was surprised they didn't get the couple of points there, but are still able to clean it up nonetheless down the stretch.
They are indeed, but that is a scuffed rollout here. However, Matt is able to recover this one for the side of the Chicago Wizards. Baron looking to get this one intercepted, but Matt on the back line says nope. Pip looking for the goal, but just off the mark. Snipe able to recover this one, looking for a clear of their own, but Mad doing work here for the side of the Chicago Wizards to maintain these possessions, and what a fantastic job they are doing at that. Lil Guipo from the boot, but what a read from Oculusator, who sends this one out. Oh, stacks were ready to go, but did get broken up. However, Sweet Tooth is still there and ready in a 1v4. Will he take it? He will. And that's 2 points over to ECKC.
I mean, you can't slow this guy down at all. You can throw 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders at him, and Sweet Tooth will still find a way to score. Often I've heard Sweet Tooth talked about as, one of those crazy players, and a lot of people hold him in a high regard for just his offensive playmaking, as well as still on the defensive end, still able to make a number of saves and stops and really be such a flexible player.
Without a doubt here, and this is Mad again on that backline position, sending a pass to Lil Guipo. Lil Guipo to Swagwar. No way, Swagwar, who bounces that one off the backboard for 3 points.
And the goalie, turned around, tried to get a read on the bounce, couldn't quite get the hands on it, and even if they did, the stun came through regardless from the teammate. I think it was Guipo that was coming in for that stun after the pass, so continuing to contribute to the play despite having given up that pass.
Without a doubt, and with the disc now is Snipe themselves. It is Snipe looking for the cut to Baron, who puts it in the goal for 2 points.
And these teams are just executing on such a high level whenever they get down the floor and they have a solid possession. Continuing to find these passes, continuing to find these shots, no matter how close they place them to the post, they will still secure them. And it's been an unusually hot game here from both sides, as there's been very, very few misses.
Very few misses indeed, and it's Swagwar now who's got the disc for this side of the Chicago Wizards, but takes an ugly bounce. Swagwar able to recover it himself. Looks down low for Lil Guipo. Lil Guipo to Pip, looking at a 1v1, but the shot off the post again. Oculusator now looking for a clear out through the mid-high of the arena. Does get this one through. Off the shield, picked up by Sweet Tooth, looking at an open goal, and that's 3 points.
Securing that 8-meter three, something that is ever so important here at the highest level, making sure you don't slip into that bubble by accident. Getting them up here by 6. It feels really good to end out this first quarter and taking that 2-goal, basically 3-goal lead to end things out, as we will go to a word from our sponsors. And welcome back. Of course, you're seeing the commercial there for the Nepa Land. Make sure to get your tickets and don't miss out on that, because it will be a great time there in Union Station in St. Louis. We're excited to be there, and hopefully you'll join us as we take a look here. The current game before us, 13-7 here in favor of that ECKC team. And on the opposing side, the Chicago Wizards, they have had a number of great executions. It's just been that little bit of extra speed that ECKC's had on them to get those open looks on the fast break.
Without a doubt. And we are rolling into our second quarter here. Glean first touch on the disc going to the Chicago Wizards and maintaining that first possession as Swagwar is on the floor with the disc now, looking to walk their way up. Oh, but a big steal from Snipe, and the clear is good. Bouncing around in bubble players from both teams in the area, but it is the Chicago Wizards, who walk
no
away
way.
with that one all the way into the bubble, picked up by Swag War. Oh, one more cut to Lil Guipo, but stopped by Snipe. And what an incredible read. They have players in the area. Defense is just returning home. Baron, one more to Sweet Tooth, who does get stunned out. The attempted shot off the mark, picked up by Oculusator, who loses it to Lil Guipo. Lil Guipo looking for a send out of their own and gets it all the way towards Fringe of Bubble, but picked up by Sweet Tooth. And this is another turnover here now in the hands of ECKC, and it's Oculusator on the floor, on the back line, starting to get pressured by Lil Guipo. So opts for the pass over to Sweet Tooth on the far side. Sweet Tooth looking over to Baron. Baron underneath, not too much pressure, but still opts for the pass to Sweet Tooth. Very interesting here. Sweet Tooth, one defender in front, one behind. Defender leaves. Oh, but the attempted push at bubble is no good. Pip getting stunned out with the disc there. So is Lil Guipo. This is an opportunity on an open goal, and they opt for the reset. Snipe looking to send this one up, but the pass hits a Geo, takes an unfortunate turn, and Mad is able to slap this one out through the tunnel and back into the ECKC zone. It is loose now, but picked up by Pip. Pip looking for Mad. Mad looking for a shot, but a bit ambitious as Baron's able to get an easy save on that one. Snipe clears this one out. We've got stacks from both teams racing in. It is Snipe looking for the shot, but denied by themselves as it was off the mark. However, they maintain the possession here as Sweet Tooth on the back line picks this one up. Sends pass down low, but takes an ugly bounce. No way! Oculusator sneaks up and steals that one back. Now on the floor looking to get around these defenders, looking for the options. The attempted shot off the mark, but Baron again able to recover this one. Sends it back to Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth looking to go to the ceiling. Back to Baron. Baron down low to Oculusator. Oculusator looking to juke around a defender. Gets rid of one. Has another one on the floor with them. Gets around a second one. Looks for the shot, and that is how you do it.
You know, we were talking about Sweet Tooth being a 1v4 machine in some instances. Well, we can't forget about Oculusator as well. One of those prolific jukers and prolific playmakers, can create for themselves whatever they want, it feels like, at any given opportunity. And you can see right there, just the movement. No one can lay a hand on him at all. So continuing to get those jukes off, meaning that they had the open shot in the end of the play.
They did indeed, and almost picked up back by ECKC, but in the hands of Chicago Wizards, still having a look here at goal. It's Swag War with it now. But he gets stunned out, and Oculusator is able to pick this one up, but underneath pressure, but gets the attempted pass off, but gives it over to Mad on the back line. Mad coming in so clutch here in this game for the side of the Chicago Wizards to maintain these possessions and capitalize their looks at goal. Snipe is able to recover this one, though, off of a wall bounce, sends a clear all the way into the bubble. Stacks in the area, but stuffed momentarily. They're able to recover this one here for the side of ECKC. The shot off the post. Mad picks this one up and looks for a bounce clear, but gives it right into the hands of Snipe on the back line. Snipe now underneath some pressure, looks for a pass over to Baron on the near side. Baron looking for one more down low to Oculusator. Oculusator up to Sweet Tooth, who puts it in the top pocket for 2 points.
That was a nice little bit of passing there. Baron just set up the first pass down to Oculusator and then sees the cut right there in the center. Oculusator drawing so much gravity, so much attention from that previous juking play that now creates the space for Sweet Tooth on that cutting drive.
And now with the disc is the Chicago Wizards. Oh no, Mad getting stuffed by Oculusator. Oculusator to Snipe, who sinks it on an open goal for 3 points.
And that is some tough, speedy defense right there from the ECKCBC. Oculusator and Snipe working together on that front stack, able to get the stun out and the steal. The setup there brings them up by 13 now, and really what has been a very tough game or tough second quarter, I should say, for the Chicago Wizards right now.
Without a doubt, and it is Pip now on the floor with the disc for the side of the Chicago Wizards, sends it back to Lil Guipo, and Lil Guipo sending it all the way back to Mad on the back line, getting some pressure by Oculusator, but able to get the pass off to Lil Guipo on the far side. Lil Guipo pushing Fringe of Bubble, juking around on the boot. One more cut to Swag War. Beautiful placement. Swag War able to get that one off quickly with the defender on their toes.
Yeah, and that's the first couple of points that they've had in this quarter, going scoreless for about 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes here. In fact, it's been really tough, I would imagine, on the mental of those Wizards. And finally seeing that disco in the goal, it's a big sigh of relief. And,
No way!
Right there.
Oh my swag war! Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I am so sorry.
No, that is absolutely huge for their mental. Swag war, a huge turnaround here. 5 points back in the favor of the Wizards after what was a stifling defense here initially from those that ECKC.
Yeah, what a read too by Swag war there. The QB trying to juke around him, but unable to do so. Swag war was ready for that. It's Sweet Tooth downloaded to Snipe now. Snipe off the backboard for 2 points.
It is tough when you got shooters on all ends like ECKC does right now, continuing to facilitate between one another because they have so many accurate shooters on their squad able to convert, and there off the backboard, Snipe finds the couple of points.
Without a doubt, and it is mad now for the Chicago Wizards looking for Swag war. Swag war crossing over to Lil Guipo to Mad. Up high to Swag war back to Mad. Beautiful passing for the side of the Chicago Wizards here. Absolutely incredible. As I say that, I cast or curse it, and they missed that pass, and that is a turnover for the side of ECKC. They've got players in the bubble, no defenders home. They are just returning, and Sweet Tooth gets the shot off just in time for the 2 points.
That's all right. Wizards, if you guys look at this in VOD review, you can call out Queen for that little mistake. It's like in the cartoons and things like that, where people sneeze whenever their name is mentioned. They'll be off in a different room or something like that, and they'll sneeze whenever someone drops their name. Kind of that vibe going on. But all jokes aside, it has been a really tough quarter here for the Wizards. They had that bit of resurgence, but it really has felt like the Echo Club Kansas City has had a solid footing on exactly the play style that they want to have. They continue to put a lot of pressure. They play aggressively, always playing forward. You could see the juking also getting a little bit to the mental, perhaps, as we've seen a number of times where players on the opposing side, those ECKC players, have been able to 1v4 the defense. Even if it's not advisable and even if there are open passes, still able to get that shot off and get the score off. And that can be really tough as a player.
It can be. And what an interesting time to take a timeout. I have to say, I would guess this is on the side of Chicago Wizards. Muted. Can you confirm? It was the Chicago Wizards. Very interesting with 50 seconds left in this quarter, and they're moving into halftime. I'm curious to see here, Glean, what they come out of the tunnels with.
I think they want a good momentum play to try and end out this quarter. It's been, I keep saying this, it's been a bit rough for them, but if they can get a good play off to kind of reset their mental, to see that disco back into the goal once again and not be down by double digits, it would be a really, really good thing for them here to end this off with.
It would be indeed, and that's their opportunity. Tony puts 2 points on the board for them, still down by 10, but 20 seconds left on the clock. They've got some time. They've got to push, but they have a few seconds here to try and get more points on the board moving into this halftime.
Oh, so this is interesting. So Tony steps in for just a moment, puts those 2 points on the board, and then they immediately substitute him back out for the past few seconds here to end out this quarter. No more points will be scored as BBY picks this up and clears this back out. We'll be back with halftime and some more discussion around these two teams after we have a word from our sponsors.
Hold on a minute. Did we hear that right? Dodge is making an electric car?
We're talking hypothetical, right?
Surely you jest. Dodge? You mean the people who devised the legendary 426 Hemi and sunk it into a sublime missile? You mean the Dodge that created the Hellcat Red Eye and the most powerful muscle car in the world? Makers of the 840 horsepower wheel-standing Demon? Why on God's green earth would Dodge ever build an electric car? Anybody? Any thoughts out there? Hello?
All season long, Nepa will be issuing NFTs to anyone who shows up to those live broadcasts and fills out the claim form with the secret password, which you can see on your screen is Stack. You can go fill out that claim form at www.nepavrpro.com/NFT. This week, we're highlighting the Stack as the team, and each week there'll be a different team highlighted as that logo. And the more you collect, the more potential rewards you can unlock. Again, the deadline to submit the claim form is 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, August 28th. Make sure you do not miss out, as that deadline is creeping up. And once again, the secret password is Stack. All right, so we're coming here into halftime, and we will take a look at the stats. Unfortunately, the rules were not fully set up right, so maybe things will look a little bit wonky at the end of this game, but we do have the stats as of right now to look at, and it's been rather interesting to kind of see the scoring distribution across the board here. We see Snipe and Sweet Tooth tied at 9 points apiece, leading their team here on the ECKC as they are up 24-14, again with major playoff implications for both of these teams.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I do have to say, Snipe, I've noticed a ton, definitely having a fantastic game, like you pointed out with the 9 points, coming in clutch for the side of ECKC. But I can't help but to talk about Swag War's game tonight as well. Swag War has had so many, or created so many great opportunities for the Chicago Wizards, whether or not they were able to capitalize on those. He's paved a way for them to be able to have some really good looks at goals, causing some great turnovers there. So definitely well played on both ends. You can tell a bit Chicago Wizards struggling to get those points on the board and find their footing. But I'm going to be honest, Glean, I watched the Chicago Wizards play a lot in the Series 2 here, and the Chicago Wizards definitely aren't on their typical game currently. So I would almost expect to see a momentum shift in them coming out of this halftime.
Yeah, I certainly believe you, because we've seen them operate at that high level. We actually saw it at the very beginning of this game in that first quarter, both the teams trading goal for goal and a lot of these fantastic cut plays, setting up very well inside the bubble and really effectively moving the disc down the arena floor. However, coming into the second quarter, it seems that the Wizards have struggled a bit to really maintain that possession as well as facilitate for those kinds of plays. We can see a little bit of mishandling here and there, some stuns creating some chaos and some trouble for them. So unfortunately, it's been a bit of a struggle as of late for them. We did see them have a bit of resurgence here with those 5 points, but you know, we can't talk enough about this ECKC team and just how well they've played to really put the double-digit lead up here against their opponents in the Chicago Wizards.
Yeah, I have to agree, and I'm super excited to see what comes out of this halftime. A lot of times, I've noticed, and I don't know if you've seen it as much either. I heard you muted. I got you. I haven't seen it. I don't know if you've seen it in the AAA as much, but a lot of times these halftimes can be kind of like make it or break it for the team on the top, especially when they've got a substantial lead. The team that's down can oftentimes spend their halftime doing things that benefit them in ways that you don't expect moving out of the halftime. But we are about to go into this first touch of the second half of this here game, and that halftime report was brought to you by Big St. Charles Motorsports. First touch on the disc going in favor of the Chicago Wizards, but first possession still up in the air. Chicago Wizards walk away with that one as Lil Guipo picks that up, looks for a long shot, but denied by Baron. Baron clearing this one out over to Snipe now. Snipe looking for a cut to Sweet Tooth, but just off the mark. Sweet Tooth almost recovers it, but does get stunned out. Still in the hands of ECKC with Snipe on the shield. Defense all clumped up, but the shot goes quite wide there, unfortunately. It is Swag War able to get a hand on this one and clear it out all the way down into the bubble, but the stacks were ready from ECKC, and Baron picks this one up, looking for the reset to Sweet Tooth. That felt a bit risky there. Sweet Tooth underneath some pressure and sends it up to Oculusator. Oculusator almost getting stunned out there by a three-man stack, my Lanta, but they've got numbers here. Will they capitalize off the ring? No way. Snipe recovering this one up to Sweet Tooth, who slaps it into the goal for 2 points.
Oh man, a Sweet Tooth classic. If you've been following this player for a while, Annika Arena, you know that that is one of the staple spots for Sweet Tooth to go. Up towards that clock, we'll get the slap off from the pass down low, often called the Sweet Slap by a number of players. And there it is, rearing its head yet again.
Indeed, and it is Lil Guipo sending this one back to Mad. Mad looking for a long pass to Pip. Pip backing it out to Lil Guipo after a few bounces, able to get there. Sends a pass to Swagwar. Swagwar looking to push here, but does not have the numbers in the 3v2. Does get stunned out, and the disc is now cleared all the way into the bubble. My goodness, and it is Baron with a quick tap to put that one in the goal for 2 points.
So we saw a bunch of this during the first half, and it's interesting to see it continue to appear here, because I would imagine that the Chicago Wizards would talk about it and try and stop it. But these stacks from ECKC have gotten away too cleanly. They've continually gotten down the floor with a bunch of steam, heads on fire, and have been able to make a bunch of headway because of those fast breaks. And another stun here from ECKC.
Another stun, the first shot just off the shield from Baron, but able to recover it himself and puts it in a second time for 3 points. Puts it in a second time? That's not what I mean. Takes the shot a second time. Clean, help me out.
Hey, look, you know, I had a mess up before, you had a mess up now. It all evens out in the context of casting, you know?
It does.
All, the karma all distributes itself evenly.
And I haven't done any really poor math, so I feel like I'm still winning. So, holler.
Oh, no.
My Oculus Satyr looking at an open 3 and sinks that one. I apologize for screaming again as you are talking to me. I keep doing that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a New Yorker, Glean.
Oh, it was a great shot there from Ock. They got another turnover, up by 20 now, and it's been a barrage of threes and a barrage of points here from the side of ECKC. Jucifer mentioning there in the chat, you need a stack breaker. Yeah, you need someone to be disruptive here, because this defense will continue to play aggressive and will continue to make sure that your rollouts do not work effectively. However, the pass coming through to Guipo means that it will finally find its way through.
Oh no, and that was a turnover off of a scuffed Joker train with a 3-man Joker train. Someone head bonkered that out of the hands of ECKC, and the turnover results in points for the Chicago Wizards as Pip puts 2 up on the board for them.
Yeah, good to see them get some points on the board here after it was a really tough set of goals from the opposing side. The ECKC not letting up all despite being up by a significant amount, and continuing to put on pressure. That being said, now there's a disrupted pass.
There is indeed, and Mad has this one, pushing Fringe Bubble up to Pip. Oh, Sweet Tooth getting a hand on it, but not enough for the game, and the points go over to the side of the Chicago Wizards.
And importantly, that's back-to-back goals here for the Wizards. They need to put together some sort of run to rebuild the momentum in their favor, because coming out of halftime certainly was not, and they need to get on a roll right now, really work some of that magic to bring them back within a few points. But that won't do it at all. Snipe from 3. Or from 21 for 3.
Yeah, from 21 meters out for 3 points. Snipe again coming in clutch for the side of ECKC, having a fantastic game tonight. But disc is in the hands of Chicago Wizards, and this is their opportunity to put the arena into their control. Mad on the back line, sending a long pass all the way down low. Oh, but it does not meet its intended target, unfortunately, and turned around, but Swagwar able to recover this one. However, gets their pocket picked by Oculusator. Oculusator looking for the goal now. Oh, a little high, but Snipe can finish the job for him. That's what teammates are for. 2 points over to ECKC.
Again and again, these chains get down the floor. They have the confidence to go for the clear and boost because they know they win the race every single time. That 50-50 is not a 50-50. It's a 100% in the favor of ECKC, and they'll continue to make that fast break work for them as long as they possibly can, or until that stack breaker comes through.
Ooh, and a bounce off shield here puts the disc in anyone's hands. It is now Oculusator who walks away with that one. Lil Guipo getting stunned out. He sends a pass over to Snipe, looking at an open goal, sinking another 3. And goodness, golly gosh, Snipe, someone's got to stop this man.
Yeah, this kid is on fire. He's got 17 points right now on the game, and is not looking to let up anytime soon. I mean, we just came to the third quarter, about 2 minutes left, and huge lead taken here by the ECKC.
Yeah, ECKC doing exactly what they needed to do coming out of that halftime to get a nice cushy lead here. Snipe now looking at a 2v1, sends a pass to Baron. Baron back to Snipe and into the goal. Nice little give and go play there.
Stalling to wait for that extra player to come stun out the goalie, as well as Baron facilitating for Snipe, letting Snipe shine there on the offensive end with around 19 points now. Just continuing to give the hot hand more and more points.
Absolutely, and Mad sends a pass to Swagwar. Swagwar looking for Mad again, but a little miscommunication. Mad was not ready for that one. It takes some bounces. Stacks fly in, and Snipe again. Snipe, what was your breakfast this morning, dude?
I don't think it's breakfast anymore. It is dinner, and Mans is eating. I mean, he's got the scope on lock. He's got the arm cannon ready to go. Has been the scorer of the past, I believe, 4 goals. Something around there. It's just been ridiculous right now. Continuing to lock in from deep.
Oh, and an interruption there from ECKC, but not enough to force a turnover. A quick slap coming in from the Chicago Wizards puts the disc in Swagwar's hands. Swagwar slowing this one down. Very interesting. They don't have too much time. Oh, but a big read there from none other than Snipe himself. What a game he is having. Snipe recollects the clear, looks for the bounce shot off the cone and into the goal for 2 points.
Man, either the controller's on fire, the headset's on fire, or Snipe has injected some sort of ice into his veins. Something's on fire because it is just burning hot right now. I mean, how you gotta find a way to shut down this guy. He is too much for this Chicago Wizards defense right now, as we'll go to a quick break before the fourth quarter after a word from our sponsors.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Honda. One man with 4 wheels strapped to a parallel twin engine. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Honda motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
And welcome back here after the end of that third quarter, and what a performance from Snipe there. 15 points alone in a quarter within 8 minutes. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying it, and I am sorry to be the broken record, but definitely a fantastic play tonight from Snipe. Without a doubt. Yeah, and, you know, we're seeing the Chicago Wizards struggle a little bit now when they're pushing bubble. Hopefully they've maybe taken that minute break here to adjust themselves and figure out what was working for them before to get some points on the board, and that they're able to do the same here in this last quarter of our game. And we are running into the last initial joust of this game. First touch on the disc going to the side of ECKC, but first possession in the hands of the Chicago Wizards as Pip picks this one up and clears it out. The stacks were ready, though, for the side of ECKC, and the clear comes in from Sweet Tooth. I believe it may have been an attempted pass to Oculus Satyr. Oh, Oculus Satyr doing work to brawl for that disc and maintain that possession, gets away with it, sends the clear out. Sweet Tooth over to Oculus Satyr, takes some funky bounces, but they're able to capitalize as Oculus Satyr puts that one in the goal for 3 points. Was that a headbutt in?
Not quite. It was a shot, although a bit of a strange shot from Ock. It did not look comfortable from my angle. But, I mean, even when Snipe's not the one taking the shot, it still finds its way in. You cannot discount any of the other players on this ECKC team. We talked about all of them being shooters. It's been primarily Snipe as of late, but any single one of them can turn it on. Oh, nice headbutt there.
They can indeed. Baron picking this one up now, looking to cross over to Oculus Satyr. Oculus Satyr looking to get around the defense. Oh, no way! What a play. Oculus Satyr does a little break check there in the bubble. Is now a Strandy, tries to take the shot, and it is completed by Baron off of a steal from the goalie.
My goodness. I mean, Matt is doing absolutely everything he can to keep that disc out of the goal. Got the headbutt on the three-point attempt and the grab on that save, but just could not fully get the disc out. Too many players in the bubble.
Too many players in the bubble indeed, and we've got Swagwar with it now on the table, crossing down low to the far side where Matt is. Matt, underneath some pressure, gives it over to Lil Guipo, who gets stunned out by Snipe. Snipe walking away with this one momentarily, but Swagwar is not willing to give up this possession here. Sends a pass over to Mad. Mad on the back line, looking to give their team some time and space to set up. Sends a pass down low to Swagwar, who looks for the bounce shot, but stopped by ECKC, recovered now by Swagwar himself, looking to push fringe bubble, possibly. Oh, I don't know who the intended target was there, unfortunately, but Sweet Tooth is able to scoop this one away through the mid of the arena. Slapped out again by Oculusator with almost all 4 players from the Chicago Wizards in the zone. That was an unfortunate bounce off the post from the attempted shot, but Snipe gets this one recovered for the side of ECKC. Underneath some pressure, though, gets a bounce pass over to Baron all the way on the back line. Baron looking down low for Oculusator. Oculusator off the backboard for 3 points.
Man, and they have just absolutely abused this backboard. They know the angles, they know the shots, they continue to take them, and it's so tough for this Chicago Wizards defense to try and compensate for those. And I'll also throw a little bit of commentary there on the back pass, the reset pass. I love seeing teams and players now start to use Geo and the floor a lot more. They're looking for creative bounce angles for those passes, and it's such a cool thing to see as the game continues to develop.
Without a doubt, it is so fun to watch, especially in this Pro Series, watching the bounce passes and how calculated they are. No way, Oculusator from 45 meters out. My goodness. 3 points over to ECKC.
I have no words. What are you supposed to do when a team shoots? I wish I had the numbers before me to actually be able to tell you what the field goal percentage is of this team, because it felt somewhere around the 80% mark. They just continue to hit basically everything that gets in their hands.
They do indeed, and this is another turnover. Snipe looking at an open goal. You just caster cursed it.
I did.
Caster cursed it? What?
Yeah.
What? Oh, but that is Sweet Tooth getting stunned out. Swagwar picking this one up, but gets stunned out himself by Baron. Baron looking down low for Oculusator on the far side. Oculusator looking for the goal off the backboard with a nice goalie stun coming in from their teammate.
Another bounce 3 finds its way in. Snipe, you can flame me for making you miss that shot because I caster cursed it. But it was just another good-looking shot. Oculusator now matching Snipe here in the second half. Both players with 15 points apiece, and really it has been so much in the favor of ECKC here. They continue to just put on so much pressure time and time again.
Time and time again, indeed. Another look at Bubble there, but the pass just off the mark, and that is a turnover. A nice headbutt coming in from Sweet Tooth, but it takes a bounce all the way out of their hands, and Matt is able to get this one picked up. Looking for a clear of their own. Baron getting stunned out by Lil Guipo, who looks for a quick flick. Oh, no way. Mad able to keep the possession on this one.
Wow.
And Swagwar sinks a 3 from 27 meters out.
Nice little submarine shot there from Swag from the very lower end of that double diamond. A tough angle to take for sure, but they will need any sort of points that they can get. And when you see an open lane like that, you have to take that shot down this many points.
You do indeed, and oh no, it is Snipe now with the disc, sends it up to Oculusator, looking at an open goal and another open goal. 3 for ECKC. These have got to hurt.
22 points for Oculusator, 24 points now for Snipe. Absolutely insane performance from both these players, and Baron sitting at 9 and Sweet Tooth sitting at 11. We could see double-digit points from every single player here of ECKC should our score come through from Baron.
And it is Sweet Tooth who turns this one around in favor of ECKC, sends a pass up to Snipe, but Snipe loses it to Mad. Mad clears this one all the way out into the bubble. just bounces off the post. If that would have went in, I would have lost it. Snipe with it now, looking for a snipe shot. Oh, but off the shield. Denied now by Lil Guipo, looking for a clear, but it's into the hands of Snipe again. Snipe on the wall. Looks to back this one out, but is underneath some pressure here. And wisely resets this over to Oculusator. Oculusator on the floor has Pip pushing, sends a pass up to Snipe. Snipe looking for the goal, but what a save. I could not see who that was. The second shot again off the mark. Lil Guipo is able to get this one recovered here for the side of the Chicago Wizards. Pip sending out a clear, takes a bounce there off of a Geo, unfortunately for them. Snipe, no way. Pip brings this one back. No, that shot is good. 28 meters out, 3 points over to the Chicago Wizards. We will not have time. This one is comfortably in the hands of ECKC here with 44 seconds left on the clock, but playing until the buzzer, and I love to see that.
Absolutely. You love to see that the players continue to put their most effort into this game, and that shot just being off there from Sweet Tooth, we could potentially see one more score come through from either side, but it's just a matter of where the disc falls at this point.
But it is stopped there. Another turnover by ECKC. Snipe looking for a long shot again, but Swagboar on the back line sneaks out and gets in that lane, turns this one over for the side of the Chicago Wizards. It is Swagboar looking for a long shot, just wide. I thought that was going in. Oculusator now looking to clear this one out and buy the clock, does so successfully. And that is the end of our second game of the night.
Indeed, and in a dominant fashion, ECKC will take the win here. Again, we mentioned it before, very important for ECKC to take this. They solidify their spot here as number 4 seed in the Western Conference, now sitting at 7-5, and right now the Chicago Wizards at 5-7. But the Chicago Wizards can now competing with the LA Destroyers to try and make sure that they can keep that wild card spot, but with this loss, the Destroyers certainly have a chance to try and slip in. You'll have to see there on Saturday whether the Destroyers are able to find their way into that mark as we take a look here at the stats. Of course, the stats are not quite perfect because we did have a little bit of a technical error there in the halftime where the rules were not set correctly. So what you see on the front end here does not accurately reflect everything that we have, and we can tell you the point totals here. Oculusator sitting at, I believe, a total of 27 points here on the game. Or sorry, no, 22 points on the game. Snipe sitting at 24. Sweet Tooth sitting at about 11. And Baron sitting at about 9.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team putting a ridiculous amount of points up on the board tonight and working really well together as one fluid unit. Glean, I'm going to give my pick here for player of the match.
All right, hit me with it. This is so unusual. She's actually going first. This is incredible, actually. Now that I
know. Well, here's the thing is that I can't not do it. Snipe is always an incredible player, but Snipe had a fantastic game tonight, and Snipe played just incredibly well, creating a ton of opportunities, getting a ton of points on the board. So I have to give it over to Snipe personally. But honestly, a big shout out there to Oculusator. Oculusator towards the end of that game, definitely sinking some nice long threes just to secure the points on the board, get a nice cushy lead, and get themselves to a place where they can kind of start to relax a little bit while still playing.
Yeah, I could not agree more. It was a team effort to take that initial lead, where they jumped out by about 20 points, but it felt like the nail in the coffin was when Snipe started to pop off in that third quarter. Throughout the 4 or 5 minutes of the ending of that third quarter, went on an absolute rampage continually, just scored so many times over and over again, so many shots through and through. Unbelievable stuff from him, and the consistency and accuracy to continue to have those shots in means that, in my eyes, I have to agree with you. Player of the game for sure. So congratulations to Snipe. You are the Holzhauer Motorsports award winner there for the night, the Stuntman award winner, as we do say here at Nepa. But don't you guys go anywhere. After a short break, we will be bringing you the St. Louis Samurai versus the Dallas Knights, the number 1 seed in the West versus the number 2 seed, tied records at 10-1 apiece. You don't want to miss out on this one.
Seconds. This one is loose in the destroyer zone. Collected by Saluda. Stunned out. Picked up by Game. Stunned out. Zenith with it.
Is it? Trying to clear
get
it.
Cleared out. 20 seconds. Game gets it back here. Game turning it around. Sends this one in off of the floor. Gets it to Rosie Hope. Rosie has Zenith pressuring. 13 seconds. Sending this one in. Stunned out. No. What a shield there from Acorn.
Oh, no!
That gets the finish. That's the victory. What's the clock? What's the clock?
That's it. That's it.
In the last second, the Orlando Cyclones come back 33-32. Are you kidding me?
What?
I've got nothing. Forget finals. What was that? What was that? No, not anymore. No.
Look at
no. Put me on camera. Put me on
that.
camera. That was unbelievable. I cannot.
And welcome here to the final game of the night. And yes, your eyes did not deceive you. Those rosters are the rosters that are going to be locked in here tonight. And it's going to be intense. We have the number 1 seed here in those Dallas Knights versus the number 2 seed in the western side, the St. Louis Samurai. Once again, your analyst is me and is I actually, and Queen Zyla here on the play-by-play, along with Muted Monster on the back end doing the production. And this is crazy. These two teams have been on an absolute tear here in the Western Conference, 10-1 apiece for both these teams. The only reason that the Dallas Knights are number 1 over the St. Louis Samurai is the last time these two teams met in the beginning of the season. The Knights won 44-39, meaning that they're in the lead on the head-to-head here. But as things have come down here into the final few games of Nepa and these things have shaken up, we've seen some developments happen, and we could see that number 2 seed in the Samurai take over the Dallas Knights.
We could, and this is going to be the match you don't want to miss. I mean, we have had some exciting ones here tonight. I don't know, Glean, what do you have predictions? I feel like I want to start with that because I feel like it could go any way.
Yeah, so I believe Dimmy mentioned this last week, and something important that we do have to say here is that the Knights were on a 10-game winning streak. However, they lost their previous game, which is huge because breaking that winning streak is a tough blow to the mental. And I believe Dimmy mentioned something along the lines of how will they be able to come back from this? Will they come back with the same level of play that they had that was dominating the league? Or will they struggle a little bit coming into the next game until they find their groove once again? And to ask them to come in at 100% against the number 2 team who has kept up with the same exact record is something that is going to be a tough thing to ask as we look here at the roster here for the St. Louis Samurai. The Law, Light has come, Buchibo, Robbins, Mozzie. The main 4 here, Law, Light, Buchibo, and Mozzie being here in the arena, ready to go. They have their core roster. Robbins in the tunnels coming up from the AAA to sub in if needed for those Samurai. And how about the blue side here, Queen?
Wait, are we? Oh, Rox Titan is here just on the wrong side of the arena? Or, no, he is now. He's, yeah, it looks like on the overlay, he's over there on the blue side. But for the side of the Dallas Knights in the arena, I apologize. My game is still loading. Can you read it for me, Clean?
We may have may have things backwards. Rosters may actually be backwards here.
Oh, are they on the wrong side? Because I'm like, Rox Titan is definitely St. Louis Samurai.
Yeah, no, they might be on the wrong side. I apologize if that was the case. I was just reading off of the screen before me. It is actually backwards here. Mozzie, the Law, Light has come, and Buchibo are members of the St. Louis Samurai here. Or sorry, no, they're on the Dallas. I'm confusing myself. No, Law, Light, Buchibo, and Mozzie are all members of the Dallas Knights, and then Rockstar and CJ Singh, Wet Taco, and Time are members of those Samurai there on the other side.
Yes. So are we?
I don't know. I think
we are.
I think we're getting confused. Did you?
Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
bear with us, please. There's been all sorts of issues tonight, and
I believe they're just on the wrong sides from what I'm looking at.
I believe they are just on the wrong sides as well here, perhaps.
Yeah. We had a little bit of a server change last minute, so we apologize about that. We were given one link and then a
different one, but it's all right. So just taking a look here at the Samurai as we get things figured out. We see Jason, Time, and Rox Titan being the primary members here of there, and importantly, Wet Taco missing here from the Samurai. Instead, Jay Frenzel and Breezebo moving up from those New Haven Ninjas to step in here. One of them will be substituting for Wet Taco in the overall gameplay. And okay, we do have the actual, we do have the logos and everything up on the right sides this night. So yeah, you can see Dallas Knights here. If we transition to the other one, Muted, we'll see the St. Louis Samurai on the correct side as well. So,
all right, so we are on the right sides now.
Good to see. Glad we could get everything figured out and that all the rosters are in the right places. Thank you for Thank you for correcting us, Juicefer, there in the chat. Of course, everyone continue to pipe up in the chat if something's wrong or if anything that you want to see or hear us talk about, we'd love to discuss with you. One of my favorite parts of casting and being a part of the Echo community is continue to talk about these different players, the different metas, things like that. And we always love to hear your feedback. So make sure that you're talking to us there in the chat, in our Discord channel as well, for Nepa TV, as well as just the player channels, as well as if you have access to those. And we are looking here at some of the records. Again, we mentioned that both these teams tied at 10-1, and Samurai being on an 8-game winning streak, the only loss they had was to those Dallas Knights previously, but otherwise they've been a very strong team to contend with, as the record goes and the scorelines say. So it'll be rather interesting to see whether the one team will come up on top or the other one will, as we see a number of joins and leaves. There seem to be some technical issues with the server at the current moment, or at least with a single player. So hopefully we'll get that figured out soon, so that way we can get this game started up for you folks out there waiting patiently for us to get this game rolling. I don't know if we have any updates there, Queen.
I think that yeah, I was talking with the teams in the arena here. Are we good to have them ready up? Muted. Let's go. All right, so we are ready to have them here and going. 10:10 is the time Eastern, which is not what we typically go by here, but that's where I am, and math is like really hard.
Yeah, math is kind of difficult, but at the end of the day, we don't have to do too much math. Most of the math is laid out before us in the lovely Echo Arena game, and hopefully, as we do some math to see that there are indeed 5 players on each side, 10 players in the arena. Hopefully that means already up. The math adds up. The calculations add up.
The math does add up.
Does it mean we're gonna get into the game? Apparently not, as both these teams are continuing to wait just a moment further, maybe discussing some further tactics or something with the server. No, in fact, we do get a ready up from one side, perhaps from the other. Indeed! So we are on the road to revenge here, potentially, for those St. Louis Samurais. They look to try and avenge their previous defeat back earlier in the season, whereas the Dallas Knights look to try and keep that #1 spot.
All right, we are heading into the first initial joust here. First touch on the disc going to the St. Louis Samurai. It's Rox Titan maintaining the first possession here, as well as he uses the Geo to get around that stack, but doesn't see the Law in front of them. The Law picks this one up, looks for a clear of their own, but honestly works in their favor as the stacks for the side of St. Louis Samurai returned home before them. Now it is the Law with the disc looking to push Fringe a bubble, has a defender on them, is able to get around them, but wisely opts for this back pass over to Mozzie. Mozzie getting stunned out though by Rox Titan. Rox Titan looking for a long clear out in the bubble. C. Jason picking this one up. The shot just off the shield, but C. Jason recovers this one himself, sends a pass down low to Time. Time looking at the 1v1.
Oh.
No way. Buchibo picks that one up and stops it, but recovered here by the St. Louis Samurai, sends it all the way back to J. Fran on the back line. J. Fran over to C. Jason. C. Jason looking down low, but a little miscommunication with their teammate who moved just as they released the disc there. Buchibo picking this one up with stacks ready to go. Oh, they overshoot the disc momentarily, but Mozzie is able to pick this one back up. Light has come now with it on the back line. Light has come, drawing out Rox Titan. Oh no! Rox Titan with a big steal and the shot off the backboard for the first 3 points of the game.
What a way to kickstart your scoring here for the members of the Samurai. I mean, a great looking shot there on the submarine. Bounces it off the backboard with the angle to hit it in that lower pocket. Feels good to get that start.
It does indeed, and it is now Mozzie with the disc looking across the arena for Buchibo, who gets stunned out. Time is the one who picks this one up, but gives it right back over to the Law. And the stacks for St. Louis Samurai were ready there as Rox Titan picks this one up, crosses the arena over to Time. Time looking for a long clear out into the bubble. Light has come, picks it up momentarily, but does get stunned out. Time on the back line is able to get this one, recovers, crosses down low on the far side to Jay Fran. Jay Fran looking up high for Rox Titan. Rox Titan, no way, gets the stun off, but a big save there again by Buchibo. Doing some work there in the goal. The clear still in the area, but able to be recovered by the Law, who sends it out all the way into the bubble. Flat bounce off the ceiling. They've got big numbers, but the shot is off the mark and into the hands of Time now. Time looking for a pass to Rox Titan. Rox Titan, another long shot. Man, Rox Titan.
Ooh, you can feel it in the wrist already. I mean, Rox has come out swinging here with a couple of long threes from crazy angles. Has hit bottom pocket on both of them. Oh man! All right, so this, and you got to set up here if you're the Dallas Knights. How do you compensate for Rox already being on fire?
Yeah, I mean, Rox Titan coming in clutch here already with 6 points, the only 6 points in the game, both of them being off of long threes, and the disc now in the hands of oh no, another turnover. As I say that, Dallas Knights lose the disc and give it away to St. Louis Samurai there. The shot off the mark, just slightly recovered here though by Time. Time, oh, with a teammate who's distracting the goalie. Rox Titan looking to pick this one up for a second attempt, but it is no good here and picked up by Buchibo, who loses it momentarily, stuns out Rox Titan, and Mozzie is ultimately the one to get a hand on it. Cleared out all the way into the St. Louis Samurai bubble. Oh no, was that a head bonkers from their own teammate?
Maybe. It was a...
Oh my! No way. No way.
Oh.
Time. What? 42 meters out. Time sinks another long three here for the side of St. Louis Samurai.
All right, so I'll answer my own question from previously. How do you stop these guys? The answer is you've got to get back on defense. You've got to have your defensive stacks be able to recover. And right now, the Dallas Knights can't get that stack back in time to deny these long threes coming through. Jay Franzel up the time.
Oh, no.
Another three. It has been an onslaught, a firing squad here in the first few minutes of this game.
Holy guacamole, St. Louis Samurai is coming out swinging here in this first quarter. Nadash, yes, that is correct. All of the points here being scored by St. Louis Samurai are threes. Dallas Knights still struggling to find a response here, but this could be their chance as Mozzie sends a pass down low to Buchibo. Buchibo crossing over to the Law. They were looking at a 1v1, but opts to slow this one down. Stack applying that pressure there. They've got numbers, and Mozzie puts the first 2 points on the board for the side of the Dallas Knights.
And after so many threes coming through here from the Samurai, finally some points on the board for the Knights. Exactly what they needed. The Law to Mozzie, a good connection to get them started off on their scoring for tonight.
It is C. Jason with the disc now over to J. Fran. J. Fran crossing the arena over to Rox Titan. Rox Titan to Time. Time back in this one out to C. Jason over to Rox Titan again. Rox Titan up high to Time. And Time off the backboard for another 2 points for the St. Louis Samurai.
Yeah, and players will continue to force these shots off the backboard. We saw it in the previous game. We'll see it in this a few more times as Time gets that one off of there. And they're going to continue to force goalies to get better until they can compensate and cover for those backboard shots. Until that's a shot that can be saved quite confidently by goalies that expect that to be a go-to for a number of players.
And it is Light has come now with the disc, looking for a back pass to Buchibo. Buchibo crosses back to Light has come. Nice little give and go. Light has come, looking to juke around that defender, but Time was not having that and had that one red. Picks that one off. A quick slap out for the side of the Dallas Knights, puts the disc back in their possession. It's the Law with it now underneath some pressure from Time. Looks for a bounce pass to Light has come. Slightly off the mark, but Light has come. Still able to play this one. Sends it back to Buchibo in the tunnel. Buchibo underneath some pressure by Rox Titan again here, who is looking for that disc. The pass off the mark, but Mozzie able to recover this one. Sends a pass over to the Law. The Law looking for one more. No way, denied by C. Jason's cranium. Oh, Rocks Titan able to get this one back here as the Dallas Knights attempted to push the bubble a second time. The clear out is good. Everyone from the Dallas Knights overshooting this one here. The Law being contested for the disc there, but is able to get the clear out. And it is Mozzie with it now. Mozzie looking to get around the defenders, but loses the disc there. Unfortunate for them. They needed that. Light has come, recovers it though. Back up to Mozzie on the wall. Mozzie to the Law. The Law looking to get around some defenders. One more cut, but read by Rocks Titan, and the clear gets stuck in the trap. However, time is there to pick that one up. Sends a pass up high to C. Jason. C. Jason looking down low. Oh, but a big interception there by Mozzie. Mozzie looking to get this one out, but it does get caught in the trap. Rocks Titan picks this one up, looking at an open goal, but the shot goes quite high. One of the first ones I feel like we've seen Rocks Titan miss here tonight. Picked up now by the Law, but that is the end of our first quarter. And we will be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? These are the things we thought about when we made the new Grand Cherokee. Made for what you're made of.
And welcome back here. Second quarter action going to be underway in just a moment, in about 20 seconds, but it has been quite a game so far for those Samurai. Time and Rocks Titan absolutely opening up in the opening moments of that quarter. Did cool down a little bit towards the end stages of it, but you would not expect this scoreline coming out of that first quarter when you see the records from both these teams.
You would not. We have the Dallas Knights struggling a bit. They did take a loss. Was that last week?
Yes, last week.
They're definitely struggling a bit to put some points on the board here, and you can tell that St. Louis Samurai is hungry for this win tonight. The way they are playing is very aggressive in all aspects of the game. But first touch on the disc does go in the favor of the Dallas Knights, and this is an opportunity for them here. The light has come. Ooh, looking for a pass to Buchibo, but it is off the mark and attempted to be sent out here by the St. Louis Samurai. Are they able to maintain this? They are. J-Fran picks this one up, sends a pass to C. Jason. C. Jason looking for time, but stopped there by the Dallas Knights. Light has come, looking to clear this one out, but gives it right over to Rocks Titan. Rocks Titan looking at an open goal. And man, that is another 3 for the side of the St. Louis Samurai.
A familiar sight for Rocks Titan. He's hit a couple of those from that angle, and you've got to find a way to deny these open lanes on the three-point shot. Just don't give them to Rocks Titan or to time, because they've been able to hit these pretty consistently throughout the duration of this game so far. You cannot allow them the angle to be able to take those shots, whether it's recovering on defense or leaving a man back to try and cover that lane.
Without a doubt, but Dallas Knights again with the disc now, another opportunity for them to get some points on the board, figure out what's going on with this St. Louis Samurai team and get around them defensively. It is the Law sending it up to Buchibo, who just sinks the two-pointer for the side of the Dallas Knights, and they needed that.
Nice little offense coming through as well. You can see the stun onto the goalie. The players rushing to get that stun out. I think Buchibo was looking for the three-point shot, but unfortunately just slipped the hand in there, made it a two-pointer off the 7 meters, and a big stun here to turn things around.
A big stun. C. Jason getting ahead on the disc there, trying to get it away from the opponents. Unable to do so, though, and that is 2 more points over to the Dallas Knights and a little bit of momentum in their favor here, Glean.
Absolutely. Getting a big defensive stop like that, denying any sort of rollout, has got to feel really good and can start making some leeway into this game after being down. And another big pick.
The shot just wide. However, the Law has Light has come, mixing up the law and Light has come, but Light has come is the one who sinks that one in for 2 points. And just like that, they are back within, is that 9? Am I mathing?
Yeah, you're mathing.
Oh, I am mathing.
It's good
All
math.
right. That is
It's great
9
math.
points. Look at me growing here on these Nepa TV casts. I can almost math, guys, just sometimes. That was just a lucky moment, I'm not gonna lie to you. Rox Titan with it now. Muted Monster agreeing with me wildly behind the curtain there. Time with it in a 1v1, looking for the shot, but denied by Buchibo. The Law picking this one up as Buchibo didn't have much time to recover. Rox Titan with a big pick and another stop there by Buchibo. That is clutch for the side of the Dallas Knights, but they're unable to maintain or get a possession here. No way! Who was that? Was that the Law? My overlay has a glitch. No, that was Mozzie. The Law still has a glitch on my overlay here. Jay Fran now with it, looking across over to Rox Titan. Another look at goal here. One more to see Jason, and into the goal for 2 points.
And their first couple, their first few points after that shot from Rox, it does come after a couple of scores from the side of the Dallas Knights, and a good response overall. So we will have to see how things continue to play out. It has felt a little bit more even in the early stages of the second round, but things can go either way.
They can indeed. Buchibo now with the disc, looking to cross over to the Law. The Law once more to Mozzie, who puts that one in for 2 points, and it is a 9-point game.
And a fast play down the arena. They make sure to keep the disc moving. Don't let the defense get back whatsoever. That chain was caught out. And because of that, they're able to get the score. The Dallas Knights looking much more comfortable in the second round from that first.
And it is time with it now, sending the pass over to Rox Titan in the tube. Rox Titan looking up high for time. Time once more to Jay Fran. Oh, but stuffed by Light has come. However, the give away to time, and 2 points over to the St. Louis Samurai.
And points continue to be traded on both sides. We see the steals come through. We see the stunning coming through. And even if the disc gets turned over, it's so scrappy these teams are to make sure that they get their disc back and can find this conversion on the offensive push.
And it is Light has come with the disc now. Light has come. Looking across down low on the far side to the Law. The Law back in this one all the way out to Light has come. Light has come. Ooh, looking for a pass to their teammate, but does take an unfortunate bounce, and that aggressive stack defensively kind of putting Dallas Knights off their footing here. But Buchibo able to recover this one on the back line. Taking their time to walk forward, looking to draw out defenders here, get the numbers advantage. Oh, sends a pass, but it is just off the mark. Mozzie picks that one up, but does lose it to a headbutt from a defender. Rox Titan now in the middle of Buchibo and the Law. Oh, able to get the disc off to the Law. The Law to Light has come. The Light has come on the shoulder. Drives goal for 2 points.
And we've seen that these Knights can continue to put on pressure. A nice little look there from inside the bubble. They are getting the setups that they were missing from before, whereas really it felt like the Samurai were getting those interceptions and able to convert on long threes. Finally, we see that offense from the Dallas Knights starting to shine through as they continue to put on pressure. Now back within 9 in the second quarter.
And it is Rox Titan with the disc now, looking up high for time. Time crossing down low on the far side to Jay Fran. Jay Fran underneath some pressure, but ooh, had a lane to Rox Titan, but it takes a bounce off of Geo, and a stun on Rox Titan puts the disc back into the hands of Mozzie. Mozzie looking for a clear, takes some funky bounces there, and Jay Fran able to recover it, but only momentarily. The Law and Buchibo with a Joker train for 2 points.
And they continue to find these little opportunities here and there to make their way back in. They might not have the 3-point prowess that we saw in the beginning of this game that came out from the Samurai, but they can sure as hell make it up with a great number of twos as they continue to push inside that bubble.
And Jay Fran with it now, looking for a long heave all the way into the bubble. They did have players in the area. Stuns out the goalie. See Jason with it now, but Light has come. Was not having that one. Looks to pick it back up. A quick slap over from the Dallas Knights puts this over into the St. Louis Samurai zone. Mozzie picking this one up. It's a 2v2. Crossover to Light has come, who puts it in the goal for 2 points.
They continue to get down the field. They continue to find these opportunities where they have the defense caught that little bit unawares. They continue to find these shots. Latest come with 6 points now. All members of the Dallas Knights on the board, and they brought it back within 5.
Back within 5 indeed. Dallas Knights were not ready to take a loss here. They are ready to fight. Time with it now, looking across over to Jay Fran. Jay Fran looking for Rocks Titan. Oh, who looks for the goal but gets stunned out in their spin. A few seconds left here. I don't know if it's enough for points. It is not. That is the end of our second quarter, and we will be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Harley-Davidson builds bikes that are meant to ride. There are vehicles your parents would recommend you drive. Then there are the motorcycles your crazy uncle who gave you fireworks for your birthday tells you to ride. You wouldn't want to let your uncle down, would you? If your need is speed, chrome, and custom paint, check out all of the new and pre-owned bikes at Greenmount Road Harley-Davidson in O'Fallon, Illinois. Don't let your uncle down. Get to Greenmount.
Nepa is going Web 3 and will be issuing NFTs as a way to reward the community, all of you lovely folks out there. Anyone who claims one of these NFTs will be eligible for future raffles and giveaways that we will be conducting throughout the year. They are free to claim, and all you have to do to fill out a claim form is go to www.nepavrpro.com/NFT and get to that claim form and fill it out. We're going to have some fun stuff planned, so make sure you don't miss out on this great opportunity and being a part of the Nepa community.
You know what we missed? It's Friday night and it's pro night, and we forgot to announce our winner at halftime. True. We have a winner to announce.
That is true. We do have a winner to announce, which is Farsight _ hashtag 0370 from the Discord. So congratulations to Farsight there. You have won this week and here on Friday, so congrats.
Congratulations, Farsight. Farsight, I have not seen him in chat yet tonight. He is normally here. Huge supporter. Absolutely love Farsight. You can check your email for your gift card, dude. Congratulations.
Indeed, and after we say that, we have to jump here into halftime with the rest of this game, and what a game it has been here. We're jumping into this halftime report presented by Big St. Charles Motorsports, and after what was a pretty dominant first quarter held by the St. Louis Samurai, we saw a pretty interesting turnaround here, much in the favor of the Dallas Knights there. In that second quarter, they outscored their opponents 14-7 in that second quarter, and it has been close here, as much as we expected from a number 1 versus number 2 in this last little bit of this game.
It has been, and we saw Dallas Knights struggle in that first quarter. What was it? They scored. Was it
2 points? 2 points.
I was gonna say 2 points. So definitely coming out that second quarter, figuring out what was going on, found a lot of points on the board there in the second quarter. Not enough to take the lead, but I would guess, my best guess here, Glean, is that they are revving their engines up here in this 5-minute halftime to strategize and figure out how to get around St. Louis Samurai. St. Louis Samurai threw some different forms of defense at them towards the latter half of that second quarter. They started to push very aggressively defensively with one stack and that was forcing a lot of bad passes for the side of the Dallas Knights. They were a speedy stack that was super aggressive, and it was doing its job there as opposed to sticking to a man defense strategy in bubble there.
Absolutely, and we'll take a look at the numbers here briefly. You see here on the side of the Dallas Knights, leading the way is Light As Come with those 6 points, but of course all members of the team on the scoring board there, as well as a number of assists splattered across the players. And on the opposing side, we see Time leading the way for those St. Louis Samurai with those 10 points, and Rox Titan with 9 points, and actually a member of a very famous video that has come around as of late here in the Echo community, as Queen, I'm sure, can talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, so we had 3 of our players here who play not only in Nepa, but also play in some other leagues, have an opportunity to be on an interview with Red Bull Gaming. It was Rox Titan, Jay Walker, and Venom, and they got to show the associate over there at Red Bull Gaming. His name was Grand Pooh Bear. The Echo Arena game in its entirety. They went and taught them everything, regrabbing, and then put them in a priv, and just seeing or hearing the reaction of Grand Pooh Bear was absolutely incredible. So head over to YouTube. You definitely want to watch that, and big shout out to Hasko, who helped the players set this up with Red Bull. But it is fantastic to see Echo get the recognition that it deserves. We love to see this game grow. First touch on the disc in this third quarter, though, going over to St. Louis Samurai as they maintain the first possession, and Time puts that one in for the first 2 points.
And this is such a great premeditated play that they come out with every time. The Samurai, if they win the joust, they send it down low. They have a player there already set to receive, and they have one player off on the post, so they have a couple of options. They can immediately set up that 3-point shot, or they can opt for the extra pass to then throw off the goalie and then be able to take the shot from there. It has worked so far in both of the times that they won the joust, and continues to shine.
They have continued to shine, but oh no, see Jason, what a read, and the stacks are there for the side of St. Louis Samurai. All 4 players from St. Louis Samurai in the bubble before Dallas Knights could make it home. 2 points on the board.
Yeah, showing their speed there, just moving so quickly down the floor. They're able to find the score there, and you cannot let such fast stacks get away cleanly. You have to have someone setting them out, or you have to be able to compete with them on that speed level.
Without a doubt, and that's the law now. Sending a pass to Light Has Come, a little give and go, trying to bait this stack here, get them stunned out. Can they do it successfully? That is the question. No way. Buchipo getting their pocket picked, but a double stun comes in and leaves the disc loose in the trap. C. Jason picks this one up and sends a clear out. The law, however, is there to receive it. Mozzie!
Ooh.
Long 3.
And importantly, something that those Dallas Knights were missing in the first half of this game. They had no 3s scored at all in that first half, and now finally they find the first 3. They were able to make up the lead difference by, or the point difference by a lot of 2s, but another big steal, another big 3. They're back within 3. Man, these Knights have come alive.
They have indeed here in this third quarter. It is now only a 3-point game, 5 minutes left on the clock in this third quarter. They've got a whole nother 8-minute round. This is still anyone's game, but disc possession in the hands of St. Louis Samurai. Now it is C. Jason with it, sends it quickly over to Rox Titan. Rox Titan looking for Time. Time has a little time themselves to walk up the arena a bit, sends a pass to Jay Fran. Jay Fran up to Rox Titan, who puts that one into the top pocket for 2 points.
Good response there from those St. Louis Samurai. They get it in the top pocket. Good setup from Jay Franzel there to get it to Rox Titan on the post. They continue to find these cutting plays required in order to be able to break down this defense. You could see the stack are not quite there. And another little stack play here on the offensive push from the Dallas Knights. It's been really interesting to watch this continue to develop.
Oh no! Time almost interrupting that enough to cause a turnover, but doesn't quite get it successfully. Mozzie once over to see Jason, who puts that one, or I'm lying to you. That's what my game says, but it lied to me. See Jason got a head or a hand on that one, but is unable to fully get the stop there, and the points go over to the side of the Dallas Knights.
I just want to talk about that little rollout that the Dallas Knights have been running, where they have the 2 stacks, the one in the top tunnel, the one in the side tunnel, where they get the initial slap down and then immediately have the stack chase after it. It's been so interesting to watch, and already it's been working out pretty effectively for them. They want to make sure they don't overuse it, though, as it could become predictable, but it's been a great source of relay play as well as some aggressive movement from them.
Without a doubt, it has been effective for them to get themselves back in this game here. Buchibo, though, with the disc now on the back line, sends a pass up high to Mozzie. Mozzie has time in front of them, sends a pass to Light Has Come. Light Has Come under pressure from Jay Fran, looks for a pass across the arena, but slightly off the mark. Buchibo, I apologize, is able to pick that one up, sends a pass over to Light Has Come. Back over to the Law now, or back over to Buchibo. I've got myself all jacked up here. Light Has Come with it now, though, off of a few bounces, underneath some pressure, sends it back to Buchibo. Buchibo back in this one all the way out, pulling Rocks Titan all the way out of the play. Light Has Come with it now. Looking to drive goal? Oh, the Law drags that one in for a little help and 2 points over to the Dallas Knights.
And that was really nice there from Light, taking a lot of time on that initial setup, looking like he wanted to take the shot. And that sells it enough for the defense to actually double commit players to try and get to Light, which means that they have 2 players open. It just happened to be that the Law was cutting right there in front of the goal, was able to secure the 2 and bring them back within 1.
Absolutely beautifully done indeed, but an opportunity here as Rocks Titan brings that one in himself for 2 points.
And a fantastic response here on the relay play. They get it down the field extremely quickly. Time to Rocks Titan, finds it there inside of that post and bring it back up by 3, but it has felt so much more like the Samurai are fighting tooth and nail for each goal.
Without a doubt, they are bringing this one back. Buchibo now looking for a reset, but interrupted by a Geo, and Time takes this one and sends a long heave. Attempted to go all the way into the bubble, but takes an ugly bounce there. Dallas Knights are able to get a quick slap off on it, but not enough to get possession here as C. Jason picks this one up on the back line, sends it over to Rocks Titan now. Rocks Titan's got some time and space, so is looking to walk this one up. Still not too much pressure, sends one up to Time. Time once more. And another grab there in the arena, not registered. Buchibo able to get a head or a hand on it, but points over to the St. Louis Samurai.
Yeah, unfortunately, just could not get the full save on there, and importantly, back up here by 5 for those Samurai. So continuing to try and extend their lead back up to what it was before after it crawled down to that 1-point lead, but not letting go of it whatsoever as the Dallas Knights look to respond.
And it is the Law with it now, sends it to Light Has Come. Light Has Come back to the Law, gets that stack broken up. Momentarily, they're stunned out, but right back into the play. Oh, once more to Mozzie, who puts that one in for 2 points.
When we talk about that pass there from Buchibo, I mean, throws it right past the goalie, just far enough out so that way the goalie couldn't get the steal, but just close enough that you want to reach out for it. You could feel the wind pass by as the disc flies past your face and gets it right over to the cutting player to get that goal in.
Indeed, and it is Rocks Titan with it now underneath some pressure, but does get the pass off just before getting stunned. Jay Fran to see Jason, who puts that one in for 2 points.
Nice there, and Buchibo again getting a little bit robbed. I mean, he's getting the hands, he's getting the head onto the disc, but just cannot keep it fully out of that goal. A good response here from the Samurai, continuing to try and lead by 5 and hold out as long as they can before this 4th quarter.
Light Has Come with it now, looking for a bounce pass, but Rocks Titan reads that one, sends out a clear of their own all the way into the bubble. Jay Fran, only player in the area, puts that one in for 2.
And this is a beautiful little scoring run here for the Samurai to end out this quarter. To be able to take a good 7-point lead here certainly swings the momentum in your favor, certainly makes you feel pretty good about how that quarter ended, despite a great resurgence there from the Dallas Knights. And we are coming up close to that 40-point mark, and a 4th quarter will be underway after a word from our sponsors.
Access the largest motorsports inventory in America. We're authorized dealers for Can-Am, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, and more. Get the best deals these brands have to offer. Browse through our inventory to find exactly what you're looking for.
One more quarter to decide who is going to be the leader here of the Western Conference. 7 points separates them and 8 minutes left to play on the clock. We saw those St. Louis Samurai adjust to how the Dallas Knights were playing. We saw that the Dallas Knights were playing a bit up-tempo. They were playing aggressive. So the turnaround here from the St. Louis Samurai is to also play aggressive, to play with that double stack, and they've gotten a number of interceptions and pushed on to those Dallas Knights at every given opportunity to continue to score, and now have rebuilt this lead back up going into the final 8 minutes of this game.
Final 8 minutes indeed, and who will take the win? First touch on the disc in favor of Dallas Knights again here, and first possession just the same as Light has come, picks that one up, sends it to Buchibo on the wall. Buchibo up high to the law looking for the backboard shot, and the first 2 points of the fourth quarter go in the hands of the Dallas Knights.
And the Law sells that shot so well, looking like he was stunned out in the process of trying to take a sharp angle shot, but instead it's actually a backboard shot, faking out the defense, and is able to slip that one in and pass the goalie.
Pass the goalie indeed, but it's C. Jason with it now, sending out a man coverage here for the side of the Dallas Knights. They're quite broken up, but Light has come and the Law stack, and now J. Fran with the disc on the floor opts for a reset to C. Jason. C. Jason looking to slow this one down. Up in the trap, sends a pass over to Time backing it out to Rox Titan. Rox Titan underneath some pressure does get stunned out, and that's a turnover as the Law picks this one up, looks for a long shot just off the shield. Mozzie now able to recover it, sends it to Buchibo. Buchibo getting stunned out though. Jay Fran picks this one up and sends it out through the tunnel. Bouncing around towards the goal, picked up by C. Jason. It is a 1v1. C. Jason, 2 points.
And C. Jason throwing in that little bit of rotation to help throw off the goalie when he's taking that shot. Angles it in just as the goalie dives out and is able, with the concentration, able to finish that shot, most importantly, to put them back up by 7.
Sorry about that. Back up by 7 indeed. It's Buchibo with it now, crossing down low to the Law. The Law looking for Mozzie. Mozzie looking for the goal. No, one more cut to Buchibo, who puts that in. Wise decision with 2 defenders on their tail and 1 in goal in front of them.
Yeah, it looked a bit iffy there as the goalie may have been able to dive out, but frozen in place, and Buchibo was able to get the pick up there, slam it in the backside of the goal. Continuing to trade goals here, but that's not what you want if you're the Dallas Knights. You got to find a break point. You got to find a run to be able to start doing it. And a big steal like that could be the start of it.
It could be 1v1. Denied by C. Jason. Cleared out for the side of St. Louis Samurai. Buchibo getting a hand on it momentarily, but Jay Fran able to pick this one up. Sends it out into the bubble, but the shot off the mark. Mozzie recovers it now for the side of Dallas Knights. Sends a pass up to the Law. The Law looking for a long heave all the way down into the bubble, but C. Jason on the back line, all the way back there towards bubble, defending home. Picks that one up over to Jay Fran. Jay Fran at time, looking at an open goal. And there it is. 3 points for the St. Louis Samurai.
Yeah, Jucifer saying there in the chat, just need a 3-pointer from Time Dash, and who else but the man himself steps up in order to take that shot, puts him up here to the 40. I will say the statistic was broken not that long ago. We saw the 40 points, the first to 40 points did not mean the victory in a game not that long ago in AAA, but will it be the same here? We have yet to find out as the Dallas Knights drive in.
Do you know I've missed both times this season? Oh, that is another 2 points for the side of Dallas Knights by Buchibo. Do you know the only 2 times we've broken the first to 40 rule? I've missed it both times this season, and it makes me very upset.
Have you actually? Oh, that's so.
Yeah, I missed both of them.
No. I definitely missed the other one. I forget where the other one was. I know that the one of them was with the Columbus Fire, but I don't remember where the other one was.
I don't remember. I know one of them I was away, and the other one I was not home to watch, unfortunately. But this is an opportunity here.
Oh.
No way, denied by Buchibo. Ready for that bounce shot, but the clear takes an ugly bounce. Jay Fran able to recover it now for the side of St. Louis Samurai. Sends it up to Rox Titan. Rox Titan looking at the open goal. Maybe a little miscommunication there. I'm not sure what happened, but no one was home. And that is 3 more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just leaving that goal open was really unfortunate. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. The defense just kind of collapsed. So, it was an awkward situation, but it did mean that the three-point shot is open up by 9 now. Are those Samurai, and looking for more as that stack that initially pressured the QB already gets back to pressure the extra pass.
Yeah, but denied there by the Dallas Knights. Almost recovered by Rox Titan, but stunned out. A double stun. The Law and Rox Titan now in the hands of the Law again himself. Stunned out as time, who was trying to get there. Cleared out. Stacks are ready. There is defenders home. A quick reset from Mozzie puts the disc in the hands of the Law, who's slowing this one down. Sends a pass up high to Robbins. Robbins now on the ceiling, inverted. Looking to push fringe a bubble here, sends one over to Mozzie, who puts it in for 2 points.
Nice there from the Dallas Knights. They don't have much time to make this comeback, about 2 minutes and 30 seconds as we come out of the tunnels, down by 7, but certainly have the time. It is possible, but they gotta start making good defensive stops here, which has been tough to do against a team that has not only been able to shoot lights out, but has been able to break down defense in quite a number of their opportunities.
Absolutely, and it is now Jay Fran with the disc, who sends it up high to Time. Time looking for the reset to see Jason. See Jason down low to Jay Fran. Jay Fran crossing up high to Time. Time into the goal for 2 points.
Yeah, the shot comes through from Time, and that might... It's not quite ice, but it's certainly close to it, as continuing to just get these consistent 2-point shots in down the stretch, trying to close out this game as best they can.
And with it now is the Dallas Knights themselves. Light has come able to evade that aggressive stack there. The Law with it now passes once more to Buchibo, who puts it in the goal for 2 points.
Oh, and exactly what those Dallas Knights needed. A very fast response. They're 8 seconds off the clock, but this running clock is their worst enemy. Things continuing to tick down. They have to find a good interception here and a 3, I think, if they need to be able to, or if they want to be able to come back in this one.
Without a doubt, and it's Rox Titan with it now. Rox Titan in the tunnel, looking down low for Jay Fran. Jay Fran getting stunned out there. Light has come able to pick this one up, but does have defenders on top of them. Gets the clear off through the tunnel. Taking some bounces there. Oh, Rox Titan with a great leash there. Able to pick that one up. But the pass just off the mark. Time able to recover it off the bounce. Sends it back over to C. Jason all the way back home. C. Jason looking for a clear out. Rox Titan able to recover this one in the trap off of a few bounces. Oh no, but loses it to the Law. The Law once more to Mozzie. Mozzie getting stunned out. The shot just off the mark. It is Buchibo with it now. Oh, another shot denied there. Light has come, picks this one up, sends it over to Buchibo. Buchibo into the goal for 2 points.
So we are at a mathematical time, but I will throw a very interesting number your way. Both last time we saw these two teams face off, the Samurai lost by 5. Currently, the Dallas Knights are losing by 5. So in the head-to-head, they may be tied if we end at a 5-point deficit here, or 5-point differential, which then would go to the points total for who is the actual leader in the conference.
Oh no! A double ding to end it.
Wait, they still made the 2.
They still made the 2. Indeed, they did get that there, but it was not enough to take the win here tonight, unfortunately. But Dallas Knights doing a fantastic job to claw themselves out of the struggle they had in the first quarter here. St. Louis Samurai taking home the win, though, playing fantastic, making adjustments once their opponents figured out how to get around them and making it very hard for... man, why you gotta send us to lobby? This is twice tonight. Guys, y'all,
All right.
please don't send us to lobby. But we got
all right.
stats. Muted Monster, you're awesome. Thank you. Dallas Knights definitely took a little bit to figure out what to do with the adjustment that St. Louis Samurai had coming out defensively with that aggressive stack, forcing those bad passes and then recollecting the disc when it's loose in those opportunities. It worked beautifully for them. Definitely took their opponents off their toes a little bit here. But Glean, let's talk about the player of the match. Do you have a pick yet?
Oh, no, you're going to make me do this again?
Man, I took one of them.
It's so tough. I should. One out of how many that we've casted together, Queen?
Hey,
9,
Glean,
10,
Glean, we don't have to talk about the
10%.
other nights. Just talk about tonight.
Yeah, we could talk about tonight. And I mean, we take a look here at the numbers. Just going purely off numbers right now, we'll see that time is 17 points, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 14 stuns. And Rox Titan on the other side of the St. Louis Samurai kind of coin toss here for me. We see 16 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 saves, 46 stuns. And although Time had a number of great shots and a number of great looks, it did really feel like Rox had such a grip on this game, had fingerprints all over. We didn't see necessarily a lot of the stuns, but just the continuous distribution, the stacks that we saw come through, the scoring, the number of crazy threes that we saw early that really got them the momentum started and really kick-started this team to that big scoring spree in the first quarter was led by Rox Titan. So I would say, for me, I would say Rox, and I do want to apologize for what I said before. I did say previously that these teams needed the tiebreaker. In fact, they do not technically as of this moment, as it is the Samurai that will be on top and in that number 1 spot. But should things come back to the tiebreaker, it'll be in favor of the Dallas Knights, I believe, since it was only a 3-point deficit between the during this game, and therefore the Dallas Knights technically favored in that head-to-head.
Man, that was a lot of numbers, Glean. So your pick is Rox Titan from all of the numbers.
Yeah. So overall, after everything that I've said and I've thrown everybody off, yes, it is in my opinion Rox Titan.
Okay.
I know it took us a long way to get there. We took a left at the stop sign, and then we kind of went through the back roads, and that's just the Pennsylvania way of doing things. But yeah, we did eventually get there, and it is in fact Rox for my vote.
We did indeed, and I have to agree, Rox Titan all over the arena tonight. 16 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 saves, and absolutely just a fantastic game. I know Rox Titan's brain in the arena as well, and I know he was likely to be a huge contributing factor there to the adjustments that we saw come in from the side of St. Louis Samurai that made the Dallas Knights struggle, especially when pushing bubble offensively. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you that it's Rox Titan, so congratulations to Rox Titan. You are our player of the match, brought to you by Holtzauer Auto and Motorsports, and congratulations to St. Louis Samurai tonight on taking home the win. But that is our last game of the night.
Indeed it is, and it's been a pleasure here on this Friday evening to cast with yourself, or for me to cast with you, Queen, and to cast with Muted Monster there back on the production end of things. We had a lovely chat show up here for all 3 games. We had a crazy first one, and the second and third provided some great entertainment as well. A thrilling one here in the third as well. I should not be thrown aside. It was an excellent match between those 2 teams. But that will do it here for us on Nepa TV. We enjoyed having you guys here tonight. Anything else we want to say, Queen, before we sign up?
No. I've got nothing. I was gonna say something random, but I don't have anything.
I was so worried there. She said it with such a deadpan face and such a deadpan voice. I was
debating on saying banana, and then I was like, don't do it.
You should have gone for it.
Don't do it.
It's ruined now. All right. Well, that will do us here for Friday night. Be happy, healthy, safe, everyone. Be good to one another, and we'll see you guys on Saturday for Super Saturday. Make sure you don't miss that, starting at 6:30 EST or 5:30 Central Time. So we'll see you guys then. Take care.
30 seconds. This one is loose in the Destroyer zone. Collected by Saluda. Stunned out. Picked up by Game. Stunned out. Zenith with it.
This is it. Trying to
get
clear it.
Cleared out. 20 seconds. Game gets it back here. Game turning it around. Sends this one in off of the floor. Gets it to Rosie Hope. Rosie has Zenith pressuring. 13 seconds. Sending this one in. Stunned out. No. What a shield there from Acorn.
Oh, no!
That gets the finish. That's the victory. What's the clock? What's the clock?
That's it. That's it.
In the last second, the Orlando Cyclones come back 33-32. Are you kidding me?
What?
I've got nothing. You know, forget finals. What was that? What was that? No, not
look
anymore.
at,
No,
look at
no.
that.
Put me on camera. Put me on
that.
camera. That was unbelievable. I cannot believe what just happened. I cannot believe what just happened.
On that read.
Bye.